Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. You seen what he did on Facebook, right? And they said, I'm gonna make a motherfucking emoji like this, look.
Dillian Production.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. We done bust your ass like Mayweather.
It was ball. No fight.
My life has always been a fight. I sacrificed a lot.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back to another morning edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, and we are here to discuss Big Baby Miller's official negotiation skills. Better deal than Wilder? We'll get into the details. Better deal than Dillian Whyte? Quite possibly. Is Anthony Joshua, being a nice guy in negotiations, all of a sudden giving Big Baby Miller his highest career payday? Is he going to be making more than Dillian Whyte? We'll give you details. This is what we're going to be talking about. If you're interested, you know the number to call in, 14255695241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation, absolutely free from anywhere in the world. While you're downloading that free Skype app, don't forget to download the Patreon app, which is also absolutely free, and you receive one exclusive podcast every day. Oh, shit, it looks like Spencer Fearon hit us up yesterday. Maybe he was trying to do that weekly chit-chat he promised. I didn't even know. Uh-oh, let's see if you're available. You hit me up. You see, that's that American influence I got on people. He's like, you, what's cracking? Yeah, you wish Spencer hit you up like that. But anyway, you already know, man, we're here to talk boxing every morning, every Thursday, every Sunday, man, every day. Let's do it.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, Marquez Hunter era. I've been through all the eras, and I still been
How much you talking? You do too much talking. The thing is this.
People want their subjective preferences to be the objective reality.
HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning, everybody. Look, we got tons and tons of content coming out. We got Jack the Truth out there getting some footage out at the Shelby press conference and Eubank and DeGale. But in addition to that, we're going to talk a little bit about this Big Baby Miller payday. Is he getting what he deserves? Is he getting overpaid? These other guys not really getting what they asked, but this guy gets what he wants. But pretty much at that point, we're going to discuss future negotiations and maybe if Dillian Whyte got left hanging, without taking the low-hanging fruit of the money that Big Baby Miller took. But I'm going to pass it on to my other co-host, and we'll get the show started.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Windows down, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over.
Turn up.
Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
And I'm in.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo, what's up, everybody out there in the TBV universe? First off, big ups to Smasher One. We got Jimmy Lennon Jr. in the building, Jay Willis in the building, JJ. Oh, I don't know your name. Augustus Berg. I know Fat Apple's out there somewhere. Wayne out there somewhere. Nail D Security out there somewhere. Callum 778. What's going on, everybody out there in the TBV universe? We got a lot of things going on this morning, man. If you haven't seen it, AJ is on the Breakfast Club. It's a pretty good interview. So after you watch us, go watch that. Also, we have the Big Baby man. Big Baby out here commanding big money, or is he really? Or did he do just enough to get what he want? So we'll break it down and we'll get into it. But hey, Akin, whatever the hell your name is, what's going on?
Yo, why you disrespecting your future co-host, man? If he
I'm just fucking with him, man. Damn.
He's part of the game.
Well, let's see how tough he is then, nigga. What you get me bodyguard?
Damn.
Whitney Houston?
Coming
Whitney
out.
Houston?
Yeah.
Whitney Houston?
Good morning. I love Muff Dive. You know, after yesterday, I felt maybe I was a little too hard on you. I'm glad to see you back. Tough UK fan. Nah, he's tough skinned, bro. He's tough. I like that. I like that. But Akan, what's up? Good morning or afternoon to you out there in the UK. Late reaction.
Now you see what I said.
Shot. Now you got that late reaction.
Why I said what I said. This thing ain't even there.
What up, B?
Goddamn me, Watchmen.
All right, so
he the blue man from Watchmen.
He in the AJ camp, man. He ain't talking because he in the AJ camp. All this is being streamed to AJ. That's why there's no face. AJ watching this shit live.
You saying this is a secret mole? Is it kind of secret mole?
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Oh yes.
He said his friends was cousins with AJ or some shit.
Well, hold on. Can you hear me?
We hear
you. Sorry, guys.
His sister, baby daddy is a.
I was muted on the headset, but yeah, Mnez, I'm surprised you sent the link quite late. I'm surprised after yesterday you sounded quite emotional, so I wasn't sure if that link was coming today, but I'm glad it did. We've got a lot to discuss. That the Gail Eubank press conference got a bit heated. Family members got involved. Yeah, Big Baby Miller. I'm more inclined to believe what he's saying because I think Eddie Hearn and AJ might have been a bit desperate at that point. So yeah, let's discuss it.
Yeah, man. So I was like, whoa, we had a few topics, and hopefully, you know, I don't know. I guess we have to decide amongst each other how long does Akan need a trial period before we put him in the group chat, and hopefully he's got an iPhone, and he'll be part of everything. But in that group chat, we were discussing which street to go down, what topic to discuss. And when the Boxing Scene article was put in the chat and it was titled something like Big Baby Miller makes $6.5 million to fight Anthony Joshua. But when you read it, it's so much information, so uncovering. And then you couple that with this morning's Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God interview with Anthony Joshua. And, you know, look, in true Ness narrative, you know, this is the Wilder voice, everything you'd like to call us. This show isn't going to show Joshua in a good light. Not this particular episode. Like, he just continues to show that he doesn't want to make fights happen. Like, we legitimately are getting this Big Baby fight because an outside entity stepped in to supplement what Big Baby wanted, meaning AJ only gave what he said he would give. Regardless of the back and forth negotiations, he burnt those bridges with Dillian Whyte, with Fury, with Deontay Wilder, and he was willing to do it with Big Baby as well until DAZN. DAZN stepped in like, I've never heard of this, which is great. Great for the fighter. Great for boxing. Great for us as people that report on everything on boxing. But I've never heard of a purse being set and then the network giving you a $2-3 million bonus to make the fight.
Well, Oscar De La Hoya did give okay.
No. Bonuses after you win the fight or by knockout, that's different.
No. I thought Oscar gave Triple G more money because it came down to the like last minute where Canelo wasn't willing to budge.
No. Oscar gave him more money in negotiations, Mike. This is what I'm saying. Like, we've never seen Floyd say, Robert Guerrero, you getting $2.5 million, take it or leave it. And Showtime want the fight so bad, they're like, oh, Guerrero, you don't want to take it? Here, take another 2.5 on top of Floyd's 2.5. Now you got $5 million. Fight for us. But of course DAZN needs to do that because they're a U.S. streaming service that they want U.S. fights. And if Anthony Joshua isn't going to pay Big Baby Miller the money that he wants, guess who Joshua will end up fighting? A bunch of Eastern European guys in United Kingdom. So they needed to influence. They needed to open their wallets. And this is what I keep saying to Eddie and what I was saying to Joe Makowski from DAZN. It's in the chat, Ron. I will find it for you in a second. But it's also on Boxing Scene. It's an old article. Let me tell you, good news gets buried. Scroll down Boxing Scene, you'll see it. It's a few days old or a few hours old. I don't know. You know, they pump out hella shit out there. But Very interesting. I mean, look, I'll just read Big Baby's quote and then I'll pass the ball.
This is a damn good story. Good Lord.
So anyway, and I quote, so anyway, I wanted more money than Dillian Whyte was getting, Miller said. DAZN felt like it was a fight that needed to happen. I'm going to stop there and remind you guys that Dillian Whyte told us already why he wasn't getting the fight, because DAZN was putting pressure on Eddie and Joshua to deliver a U.S. fight. And I go back to the quote. So they came up with the rest of the money on top of what AJ was offering. So I basically got close to what I wanted, plus I got a percentage of the revenue from pay-per-view buys in the UK over a certain amount. And the rematch is going to be substantially a lot better and bigger. Now, credit to Big Baby. Credit to Big Baby for doing this, because Whyte couldn't do it. Whyte couldn't get a rematch that he was happy with. He got a rematch that he was upset about. A rematch that he was saying, if I beat you, why would I have to give you 50-50 on the rematch? I should take the lion's share. And this is the only thing that Charlemagne made a mistake with today. He wasn't knowledgeable enough to hit AJ with that. When AJ kept rebutting, he had to say, but why does your rematch, if you lose, indicate that you still receive 50-50 as if you are in charge, when you're sitting here right now in my face telling me that any fighter that beats you has the keys to the kingdom? How the fuck they got the keys if you still got a lease on it?
I got one question for you when you get a chance. Why would Sky Sports or AJ or Hearn give Big Baby pay-per-view points over in the UK?
Bro, because he's a hell of a negotiator.
Okay.
I mean, why? Because they're gonna sell this fight in the UK. I spoke to Adam Smith. It's gonna be on at 3 a.m, and UK people gonna have to buy this motherfucker.
But I'm looking like Big Baby has nothing to do with Sky Sports though. Like that's a AJ deal. You know what I'm saying?
He's still doing the pay-per-view. It takes 2 to 3. And guess what? Guess what? UK dudes want to see more than they want to see AJ fight. They want to see AJ fight an American and bash an American and smash an American up and beat that cunt up, AJ. Come on, bro. So Sky wants you to pay.
Okay.
Yeah, and you always got to remember, like, that's the part of, like, the promoters, and they have to play the part of multiple different distribution. Maybe they have other things that we're not looking at, maybe the Asian market, other European markets, Mexico. There's certain distribution things that they work across the board. So yeah, so that would make sense for that one to be pay-per-view as well in Sky Sports, and for them to
I'm not saying it don't make sense, Ron. What I'm saying is it don't make sense for them to pay Big Baby. You know what I'm saying? That's in my opinion.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where it seems like more money is coming from DAZN, because they have to please multiple different platforms and distribution deals and make sure that certain fights are made where everyone is content with it. You know, they're cool with it and they can make their money. You want to say something, Khan?
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Okay. I think it's a bit tricky, because on one hand, it's like, why would Jarrell Miller lie? But then, you know, Eddie, in the next interview, if someone is smart enough to ask him about it, to say, well, is Jarrell Miller going to get a percentage of the Sky pay-per-view in England? Knowing Eddie, he's going to come out and he's going to deny that completely. So then you're going to have, well, we've got Jarrell Miller saying he's getting his highest ever payday. He might total a larger amount than what Wilder was offered. And then you've got Eddie Hearn saying that's impossible. Why would we give?
He's not saying more than Wilder. He's saying more. He's getting more than Dillian Whyte wanted. He's not getting more than Wilder, because obviously Wilder had a 12 and a 15 and a $17.5 million offer. But
with that 6.5, was that not?
Buttercon, think about that. Wilder is more established, more known, and is a champion defending, and he received a 12. That means Big Baby without, I mean, I ain't even going to go into it, but Big Baby got half of that, more than half of that. He got 6.5 without a belt.
Without very true. However, I think you have to take into consideration. Go ahead, Mike.
I was going to ask Ness, do you think since Big Baby signed a extension with DAZN, is any way part of this money part of that extension too?
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I doubt it, right? Like, if you get a signing bonus like Miguel Cotto and Andre Ward, that's on the front end. It's not part of an additional purse. Like, this is unheard of. That's why we're talking about it. I mean, if someone can give us some historical, facts, that's cool. Like, I don't know any other situation where a network stepped in and kind of picked up the tab, essentially, is what was being done.
And I now have to research, because off the top of my head, not saying this has never been done. I'm pretty sure maybe has been done. It's just maybe the chat, or I'll look myself, but it would explain how future negotiations can come and get a part of getting some extra money. Because I'll have an interview I'll put up with the CEO of Matchroom Boxing. There was questions that I asked him, and he was saying go ask DAZN, because relatively there's certain things that DAZN can probably help make the fight happen as well.
How desperate is DAZN, though?
Oh, they taking shots at you, Ron. I know you seen that shot. I seen the hard swallow. Sean was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, really?
Hey, man. I like to learn, but I don't know everything. But the fact is, I'm willing to come up here and do the research for you guys.
Does this show a sign of desperation from DAZN?
I think it's a sign of desperation from AJ's side too.
No, I don't think it's a sign of desperation from AJ's side. They don't need it. They showed you that by standing hard on their offer and making DAZN pick up the tab.
No, 100%. But I think partially, if you're saying, because remember, we've discussed how Dillian Whyte is amongst the top 4, top 5 of heavyweights around. And if AJ's original offer to Jerome Miller was a little bit lower than that, then you know that if he thought he was overpaying Dillian Whyte, then in his eyes, he's overpaying Jerome Miller. And I think the fact that whether Eddie Hearn went to DAZN or DAZN and Eddie Hearn had a conversation to say, we need this fight desperately, either way, AJ is part of DAZN, but on this fight anyway. So it makes him look desperate.
No. Remember, he answered my question. He's partner. He finally came out. No more one fight deal. I
remember that.
Every fight is going to be on DAZN because he's a partner on DAZN, and Ness had to ask that. You feel me?
He also said, he did say that.
We got a switch chat from Mookie B. What up, cuzzo? Andre Johnson gets paid $30 million because he has to pay. Andre Johnson gets paid $30 million because he has to pay the other fighter out of that. That's why he don't want to pay out, because it's coming out of his total. Ask your UK boy, is that how they do shit over there?
That's not true.
I doubt that.
I mean, whoa.
Eddie, inaccurate.
Eddie is on record saying that Joshua makes all the money and he pays people out of what he pays.
Yeah,
Eddie,
100%. But I think what he means by that is AJ controls what he pays out, including to Eddie. I think they probably have an agreed percentage that Eddie gets, but I don't think it's AJ gets, 30 million, and then he says, well, this is my purse, and I have to take that out of my purse. I believe he decides what these other fighters are going to get.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
AJ ain't going to say, all right, overall pot 20, and I'm cutting everybody a check out of my 20. Hell no. He getting his 20, and the overall pot might be like 50 or 30, and he cutting checks.
Do you feel that this fight alone may have more interest in the Whyte fight, and that's why they were willing to put money on it?
No. It's simply that DAZN is a U.S. streaming service. Their competitors are ESPN and Showtime, so they could give two fucks about Dillian Whyte. And I already published my interview. You can see the DAZN EVP letting us know all that and how desperately they want Wilder Fury fights. I even did some research on Joe McCroskey, and listen, he's got his own Twitter, and he's out there on interviews saying that Tyson Fury blocked him. So, he's active. He's active. In my interview, he says he's active in matchmaking as well. You know, that he plays a role and he has a seat at the table to influence what takes place.
But Ron, to your point, I do believe that it is more popular fight, basically because it's in America and you get a lot more maybe attraction that you wouldn't be getting, that Big Baby hasn't got. You know what I'm saying? Joshua's been doing, he's going to be on the Breakfast Club and First Take, and did a sweat yesterday. So you're getting a lot of people asking them and entertained about the Wilder fight and the Big Baby fight. So I do think it's a little bit more
there's more opportunity.
Bum, man.
You're a bum, nigga. You a bum.
If he would have only stood in contact with me after we sparred Sean Porter, I could have texted him right there, like, yo,
yeah, I was thinking the same shit.
bruh, Like my man was doing circles. Like, but why this fight ain't happening? I don't know, man. I'm giving them the best payday of their life. Yeah, now tell about that little fine print that you need the motherfucking what's the lupa in English? How you say that shit in English? Microscope. No.
Loophole. But if they were fucking knowledgeable about boxing, bro, they could have boxed him in so good this morning.
Magnifying glass was the word, not loophole. What the fuck?
But my question is,
fine print to read that fine print, because you know when that fine print says, yo, if I lose, I still get 50-50, and the fight got to be in America where it makes more money because of you. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Now, with that being said,
2020.
I was just gonna go. So if it was White and AJ, they wouldn't have wanted to put extra money in it. Do you think they would have?
Oh yeah, I don't think they would have put they would have added any money to that.
No, I know. I'm just clarifying. I'm just clarifying.
On the wrong side of the bed today. DAZN is a U.S. district.
No, I get it. I'm just stating it out just for the simple fact that it's no.
DAZN
want to put money on that.
DAZN is so uninterested in White. They haven't even bid on his. They haven't even paid for his last 2 fights. Nope. His last 2 fights. They are not in the Dillian Whyte business, but I'll tell you who is. Sky Sports. So where one doesn't want to, the other is compensating. That's why you see where AJ moved. Now Adam Smith says, fuck, we need a UK fight at a decent time, not at 3 a.m. So now they got to up Dillian Whyte to A status, pay-per-view.
I think Josh is like supposed to get in the ring like a little bit sooner. So I think it's gonna be like around 2:30 to 3 a.m. Not the typical like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, what Eddie Hearn said he's gonna plan to do is he's gonna plan to sell the pay-per-view to the UK market by starting off the fights from selling it as a package that starts from 10 p.m. our time.
Yeah.
So we'll start from 10, and then by 3, AJ would be in the ring, and then from 10 it would just be British fighters that they would see. So I don't know how well that would work. 10 p.m. is quite late.
To split site, right? So it'll give you guys what you're used to. It'll keep you used to. You'll have your commentators. It is quite late, but here's the upside.
It's late, but
here's the upside, right? You buy it at 10. You fell asleep. They still get to buy. You still get to press rewind.
Very true. However, that's the same day, I believe, as the Champions League final. Now, the British have a large football following that would most likely end up out watching this, drinking. So I don't really know whether people are going to be watching this.
Didn't they say
as much anyway?
Did they say that this boxing thing will follow the soccer shit or whatever?
Yeah, I think it will start about 30. The presentation will probably finish about 10. So it would start right after the Champions League final. But then you're assuming that people are all watching this at home.
Yeah. I'm saying there's a hope that maybe at bars or at home people will tune in to the boxing match too. Just keep on watching the same channel, right?
Yeah. That's what he's banking on essentially.
So real quick, I want to switch.
Let me just answer a question in the chat real quick, Ron. Okay. Someone is saying that I said that DAZN is paying Big Baby's pay-per-view. No. If you read the quote, which is in the description, which is from the article on Boxing Scene, which can be found on boxingscene.com, he says, and I quote, plus I got pay-per-view buys in the UK over a certain amount. Percentage of the revenue from is in brackets, which means it's an editor's bracket, which means the person that spoke to Big Baby put that in there because that is how Big Baby worded it to him. All right. So editor's brackets they get to put in so that you understand the context in which the quote was given. But yes, this does not say DAZN is paying any portion of Sky pay-per-views. It says he is receiving a percentage of that revenue. So we're going to assume it's from Sky. We're not going to intertwine the other two. DAZN paid the front part of the deal, what AJ didn't want to pay. We could go to the full article and give, because this is the secondary quote. There's a first quote where he tells you how, the business with AJ was a little difficult. And look, we got a special treat.
I want to get on this, like the last part of that quote.
Do that. Okay. Let me just go ahead and bring on our good friend Spencer Fearon. He live from out there in Bali. Man, listen, I want to take the trip to Bali, but those hours on a plane, I just can't do that many hours. But Spence, man, just to bring you up to speed, we're talking how Big Baby is receiving $6.5 million, and he's claiming that is more money than what Dillian Whyte wanted plus he's getting UK pay-per-view percentage of the overall revenue.
Hey, what are you saying? Who's online right now? So who else is online with us?
I got me and Mike and Ron and our good friend Akan from the UK.
All right, that's cool, man. So bless up all the guys there. And listen, do the trip to Bali. Let me tell you, it is worth every excruciating hour on the plane because the place is absolutely beautiful. The people are beautiful. I'm telling you, seriously, I might move out here now. It's crazy.
Wow.
When you was on that beach, man, it looked beautiful, bro. Like the sand, the sunlight, it looked like you had an amazing time.
Yeah, I'm having an amazing time. I don't want to leave. We leave in 2 days' time. So yeah, I don't want to leave, my friend. Trust me, I don't want to leave. But listen, Big Baby Miller's going to talk what he wants to go and talk, right? Dillian Whyte, I remember, I promised you Dillian Whyte. When I get back to the UK, I'm going to hook that up for you, miss, so you can have Dillian Whyte on the show. I swear down. You know what I mean? I'll do that. You get, trust me, the boxing voice, you guys are my guys, man. So check this one out. You've got Big Baby Miller saying how much money he's receiving, and he's saying that he's receiving more than what Dillian Whyte was offered. How does he know that? And if it is, you know what? He's got smart people around him as well. You know what I mean? Who's his manager?
Dimitri Salida's a promoter. Greg Cohen.
Salida's his manager, right? Salida's his manager. Salida he's a very, very smart business person who comes from a lineage of business people. He's a very smart Jewish kid. Let's be real. So maybe it is, but I don't think that they needed to fill the spot. They had a date that was available for a pay-per-view. Eddie Hearn has got from Sky X amount of pay-per-views to do a year. So he's got to fill those spaces. Anthony Joshua was meant to fight on the 13th of April. That was listed from way last year, right? It didn't happen. The fight with Dillian Whyte, and I thought it was going to be Dillian Whyte. But Dillian Whyte is saying that he knows his worth, and we had this conversation last week, so I don't really want to get on that, right? So the fight's the fight, right? The fight's the fight. If he's whatever he's getting, I'm happy that he's getting that payday. And
but how is Dillian Whyte feeling hearing Big Baby say, I'm getting more, plus I'm getting pay-per-view percentage of the UK pay-per-views when, I mean, Big Baby's not even a UK guy, but I get why Big Baby should get a percentage. I know that, you know, AJ's fighting an American, so that's going to make more UK guys want to watch it.
Yeah, I think we're saying this. We don't know how many people are going to tune in because you got to remember, you got to look at the time difference. At the time when they'll be fighting, that's going to be about 3 o'clock in the morning. Right?
Yeah, but they're starting the pay-per-view at 10.
Yeah, of course they're going to start at 10, but I'm saying, so from 10, you got to hold tight. From 10, you got to hold tight for another 5 hours before you're seeing the main event. Think about it. It's a lot of time. Right? In the UK, it's not like America where you're getting the pay-per-view fights. You're getting them at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, they're walking into the ring. You're cool. It's totally different when you got to do that long, and it is a monotonous time of drinking coffee to stay up to watch the fights. But what Big Baby Miller did, which was excellent, the push that he gave AJ, the slurs on AJ's character, AJ retaliating by effing and blinding. We don't really see Anthony Joshua swearing. He's very, very polished and very corporate, right? And like I said to you last time on your show, Anthony Joshua is so much of a brand that he's become like a Michael Jordan-esque figure where he should be more like LeBron James. And I think we're seeing a kind of unpolished version of LeBron James coming out of Anthony Joshua now, which I think is a good thing. I don't think it's bad. I think it's a good thing because I know the guy personally, and like his persona of how he's on television, like him on the reels, he's a lot more loose, languid, and relaxed. But you know what? Fair play to Big Baby Miller. Yeah, I mean, I like to see anybody earn money out of this game. It's not an easy to earn money out of it. But I don't think Eddie Hearn's really read the script because I know Eddie Hearn deep down thinking like, well, AJ will knock this kid out, but if he gives him a good fight, we can use him again. He can be recycled.
Now, so do you think it's that easy? Because I mean, AJ was on US radio basically saying that Miller is not on the level of Luis Ortiz, of Deontay Wilder, and of Tyson Fury. He called those
Wait,
guys
stop,
elite.
stop. Ness. You've been covering boxing a hot minute, right? I know you know the game, right? I can boldly say that I'm a historian of the sport, right? It's not because that God just blessed me I can memorize stuff. He's not on the level. And if you guys in there are saying that he's on the level of a Luis Ortiz or a Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder, I would jump on a plane right now and slap every one of you guys in the studio.
Nah, we never said that. We never said that.
Exactly.
But we're just,
so you can't. You're saying it like, what do you think? Do you really think I'm going to disagree with Andy Joshua? Andy Joshua actually talking sense.
So why take this fight if everyone knows this guy's not ready and everyone knows that he's just a talker? Why take this fight? Why fool the public?
It's not fooling the public. Anyone who should be blamed for fooling the public is Big Baby Miller, because he's the guy that has spoken himself into a world title fight, from the innuendos about he was on Andy Joshua's mother. You know what I mean? And you have to give him his dues. The guy has remained unbeaten, even though he's got a draw on his record, but he's remained unbeaten. He's signed to Eddie Hearn. So off of the spin, well, then who else can we use? We can't use so all the top guys who you could use to go for him for a world title fight. They're not. Dillian Whyte said, no, you have to pay me a certain amount of money and I want X amount of time to train, and on a rematch clause I need more money than what Andy Joshua, which is absolutely right, because he said, well, I'll be the champion. But anyway, so he's out the picture. Deontay Wilder, he's out the picture, because Deontay Wilder is now chasing Tyson Fury. And we have to, and the next thing, let's big up MTK Global. I run the MTK Global Foundation, where we help underprivileged, right? But MTK Global were the ones that orchestrated that deal with Bob Arum and ESPN. They were the ones that
I mean, yeah, we could congratulate them from a business standpoint, but they kind of fucked up the fight we want.
No, they haven't, because Deontay Wilder has gone on record to say, listen, I'm actually a free agent.
Yeah.
And I can fight on Have a Network.
Yeah, but Bob Arum, the new promoter, has gone on record saying we want an in-between fight. We need to build it up. We need to...
You know what? Regardless of it being built or not built, right? I have to look at Tyson Fury doing things for Tyson Fury's longevity, right? Now, we have never, ever seen a lineal heavyweight champion, quote unquote, even though the Ring magazine took away the title because he was suffering from mental health issues, right? A lineal heavyweight champion come out of retirement after 2 fights and then fight for a world heavyweight championship and then win. I don't care that he never got the decision. He won that fight. Check this one out. Ali never done it. Ali came back, Jerry Quarry, Oscar Bonavina, right? And then he fought Joe Frazier, but Ali lost the super fight in 1971. So what Tyson Fury done, you gotta think the 2 guys Tyson Fury beat to go in to fight Deontay Wilder, I guarantee you, I know Ben Davison really well, they would have hired those guys for sparring. But Tyson Fury fought those guys, and then when he would do with Deontay Wilder, come on now. Give the guy his dues. So he's done it. So he's not saying like, oh, well, I'm not willing to fight Deontay Wilder, because he done it literally off of no warm-ups. And he done it off of no warm-ups. And as far as I'm concerned, he beat Deontay Wilder.
But he also
now
he also felt that power.
Boxing community, you listen to your stuff now.
He also felt that power, Spence.
And a sellout and all the rest of it. No, I'm not no sellout. Trust me. I'm just telling you how it is.
Listen, he also felt that power, and he isn't talking anywhere near it the way that he was talking before the fight happened. The first fight was so easy to happen. The first fight was so easy to negotiate because these 2 men wanted to prove something. Now it feels like one guy proved everything he needed to prove, and he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to revisit that. Come on.
There we go.
Come
on.
on.
Wait a minute.
Now we're looking out for longevity.
Ness, wait 1 second. Do you know what I mean? My receding hair is getting upset speaking to you right now, because I'm telling you now, you're saying that's not a case that Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight. If it's down to negotiations, right? So if Tyson Fury now is saying, well, I can go in there as if an A side, because now I'm signed to, you got to think, ESPN, you know the numbers, ESPN and ESPN Plus, 3 million subscribers. That's a lot of subscribers, my friend. And here is a guy who battled mental health issues, who battled obesity, drinking drugs, and lost in body weight, what Ricky Hatton used to fight at, to come back and fight, fought Deontay Wilder in the style that he did, put in a gallant performance the style that he did, As Les Brown says, when you get knocked down, try and land on your back, because if you look up, you can get up. And that's what he did in the fight, right? And even if he never got the decision, moralistically he won. So obviously, this is
You
cool
said
prize
it.
fight.
You said it. Moralistically, he won. That's why he ain't
moralistically, he
beat.
won the
That's
fight.
why his new comment is, well, I'll fight the guys that they put in front of me if we can't do the Wilder fight.
No, but the thing about it is this: it's not like he's not willing to fight Wilder. He's already proven that he's willing to fight Deontay Wilder. He's done that already. Now it should be on the fact of he'll fight anyone. And when he said I'll fight the guys they put in front of me, because he's saying, and let me tell you the next thing. Bob Arum, you know Bob Arum's got his riff with Al Heyman anyway, right? So, and Al he don't cross over and work with other promoters, right? And as much as Sheldon Finkel's up there as the front person, right, everyone knows that Al Heyman's the guy that's pulling the strings, right? So whether or not they're doing Al Heyman and Deontay Wilder a favor, because anyhow a rematch was made. Look at Tyson Fury right now. He's in shape now. The guy's lost more. He's lost more weight. The best thing that ever could have happened was him not get that decision, because maybe the football is still too easy. Because I know guys who are sparring with Tyson Fury, Lawrence Okoli, who's the British cruiserweight champion right now. Lawrence Okoli was doing sparring with him, and Lawrence said he was doing all right with him. We weren't saying he was handling Tyson Fury, but he said he was doing all right with him. This is Lawrence Okoli. No disrespect, but Lawrence Okoli is limited but improving. So the worst thing could have happened was that to happen, because now Tyson Fury's gonna reflect it inside of himself and say, you know what? I'm gonna do this proper. Look at the man's condition. Look in his eyes when he's speaking. Look, I mean, trust me, the eyes don't lie, my friend. Come on. Now,
so you're saying, basically, you're telling us, basically, you're telling us, oh, he should have never took the Wilder fight the way that he did. So now that he wants to take a few fights in between, it's okay. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, he's already beat Deontay Wilder. He already beat him. End of story. So you guys are saying, oh yeah, rematch, yeah, cool. But you understand the moralistic victor in that fight was Tyson Fury. The fans know who should have got that decision. Let's be real. Yeah, I mean, you guys watch boxing. If you want to say that Deontay Wilder won that fight, you are an American groupie, my friend.
We are never saying that. We say we want the rematch. The same thing both men said they wanted.
Listen, I want the rematch too, brother. I really, really do want the rematch too. But if end of the day, this is called the fight business, right? And if you can't do business, you ain't got no sense being in the business. And if it is a case of he is now being on a global platform as he is now, and it's earning him more money than sense, because no other British sportsman, not just talking professional fighter, no other British sportsman has earned that kind of money, which have been contractually agreed. He's got 5 fights. Yes, I win all 5 fights, but I'm saying, like, that's the minimum he's going to earn is £80 million. Not even David Beckham.
He's got to win, and that's overall. We had Bob Arum on the show. Yes, that's overall throughout the whole deal. He said anyone reporting that is a guaranteed number is a lie.
Yeah, but you got to think, right? 5 fights. Out of the 5 guys out there, who in the world of boxing right now, the 2 men that could possibly beat Tyson Fury are Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Yeah.
What about Dillian Whyte?
Right.
What about Dillian Whyte with that left hook?
Dillian Whyte, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
Dillian on the show, we let him know that you ain't picking him to beat.
You know what? Let me tell you this. Dillian with that left hook could knock out anyone. I'm telling you this now. Could knock out anyone. But Tyson Fury is a problem for anybody in the world. Anyone. But the way Dillian, I said, give Dillian a couple more fights. Yeah, I mean, I'd favor Dillian more to beat Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua than to beat Tyson Fury. I'm being real. I would favor him more over those two, because Tyson Fury got a boxing brain, and he has a benign boxing brain that comes from the lineage of him being a traveler. Because I know, because as a kid, when I used to box, I grew up with travelers. Travelers were like, they were the closest white people that I knew to black people, in how they lived, how you mean their lifestyle, their mentality. They were very, very much like black folks. But the thing is, they were ostracized and looked down against because they were travelers. So that's kind of weird. You being white, but you're a traveler. You were ostracized by your own white people in Great Britain. Think about it. So there was an affinity because
Spence,
oppression finds oppression.
As an American, we don't give a fuck about that story. We want to see the fight, man. You keep trying to sell us his story. You keep trying to sell us his story. We want to sell us the fight. Sell us the fight. We willing to pay for the fight.
Listen to me. Of course we want to see the fight. I want to see the fight. Period. Right? And if Deontay Wilder's got any sense, right, it'll hook a brother up and I'll send him to the right people to make that fight happen then. All right? Because I know who he should be speaking. He should be talking to Sandra Vaughan of MTK Global. That's who he should be speaking to. And they could make that fight happen. MTK Global is very, very powerful. And the movement that they've caused, and for the mere fact that they've, like, you're saying, oh, well, it's not a guaranteed deal. Of course, well, nothing's guaranteed. Because at the end of the day, that's if you could die tomorrow. God forbid. But that's what could happen.
Let's take ESPN and Top Rank out of it.
You guys want to see the fight? I want to see the fight too, but I'm saying the game's alive, and we should not be complaining about. Oh, we just want to see the fight. Oh, are you not seeing what the guy's gone through?
If Wilder said he's a free agent,
right.
Why not?
And you guys are in the UK. You don't even know the hell that Tyson Fury has gone through. He's been through hell. And now he's like some folklore hero. I'm saying I'm down with Tyson Fury, man. Swear down, man. Listen. I always like to back guys who've been on the underdog, but I also like to back guys who are true to their culture. And Tyson Fury is true to his culture. Period.
Why doesn't Eddie Hearn, Dazn, Sky Sports, and Matchroom make a move on Deontay Wilder since he said he's a free agent?
As much as they say that, I think Deontay Wilder's team are not in any rush to be fighting Anthony Joshua, because I think Deontay Wilder wants validation from his performance that he did against Tyson Fury. Because I think in the back of Deontay Wilder's head, he said, you know what, I'll catch this guy more early. I'm going to knock him straight out. But Lennox Lewis, a week before the fight, we were talking. Lennox Lewis said, you know what, Spence, no disrespect, Deontay Wilder's cool, but he can't really box. Tyson Fury's going to beat him. And I would say it depends what Tyson Fury we get. We got a relatively good Tyson Fury. And the thing about it is this, like I keep on saying, it's worse now because he's only going to get better.
So my question,
going to get better.
So my question, because you know a lot about the boxing business, and what would you say Deontay Wilder needs to do to put himself in a position to get any of these fights? It's seemingly the fact that many people consider him on the other side of Anthony Joshua and now Tyson Fury's ESPN US distribution deal.
Well, for him to get the fight would for them to have a proper sit down. Eddie Hearn wants to fight, but I think Eddie Hearn only wants to fight off of the back of how gallantly Tyson Fury performed, because before there was a little bit reluctant, and Eddie Hearn's own admissions, and we've seen it take, I don't think that fight's going to happen. Nah, I think it's all talk, and then the fight happened, and we got to give the fight was a very good fight. Period. We can't turn around and say, was it a good fight? It was a good fight. So for Deontay Wilder to make those fights happen right now, because it's weird, it's like it should be easy. You know what I mean? To get Deontay Wilder's people to go speak to Eddie Hearn.
But Spence,
but then, we should have a live debate. You know what I mean? It'd be great if you guys could do it, where you had Eddie Hearn on one side.
Well, we did that before. We did that. Anthony the Duck Joshua didn't call in, remember? Eddie Hearn called in.
Yeah, that was about 5 months ago, right?
Hey, listen, we set it up. Eddie Hearn called in, Shelly Finkel called in, Tyson Fury called in, Deontay Wilder called in. Listen, the boxing gods will never align it like that again. And we know AJ was listening. He could have called in. We could have got that a year ago, but he didn't want to.
It's sad. It's very, very sad. But I ain't fighting that.
Listen, Spence, you were a fighter, my friend. You know when a person doesn't want to fight. Why does he keep putting a 50-50 rematch clause, 50-50 split on the rematch if he loses? Like, how are you still trying to control the second fight negotiations as a loser? I can understand you say, look, rematch, if I win, I get this split and I still give you a rematch. But you're talking about being the fucking loser and still trying to control. Like, this guy he's getting beside himself.
Yes, but last week you were complaining about Dillian Whyte. They had the same stipulation for Dillian Whyte. If you were to lose, this one was 50-50. If you were
Dillian
to become
Whyte
out
was
victorious,
complaining, Spence. Dillian Whyte had the same complaint because he's saying,
yeah,
if I go out there and knock out
Dillian
Anthony
Whyte's one was
Joshua,
worse. Dillian Whyte's clause was worse. He was going to get less than Anthony Joshua in a return.
no, it was 50-50.
And when I was there saying, well, then obviously that's why he didn't take the fight. You guys say, but he should have taken the fight. It's an opportunity for him to fight for a world title, this, that, and all the rest of it. And horse dead and cow fight, as we say in Jamaica. That's what you guys were saying. But now you're saying, now you like want to go bitch on Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua Anthony Joshua will fight anybody.
Listen,
I
know Joshua
Anthony Joshua
today.
will fight anybody.
I know that Anthony Joshua today.
It's the people in his ear. It's not Anthony Joshua. I know Anthony Joshua. He's a warrior. He'll fight anyone. It's the people in his ear saying, well, it's this, it's that, it's the, and all the rest of it. And you don't need to fight this guy right now or that.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. So it's not Anthony Joshua.
Brother,
we've heard
you are the fighter.
Right?
You are the fighter. Everyone works for
Hearn,
you.
The father of Eddie Hearn said, why do we need to fight him now? Let's build it up. That fight's at least 3 years down the line.
Spence,
Wilder wanted it. Ortiz got him.
You're the fighter, Spence. They work for you. They work for you.
Yeah, but you know how it goes.
Mikey Garcia wanted Errol Spence. He got him.
I do know how it goes. I do know how it goes. They're going to tell him, listen, this is in your best interest, not that. That can derail this. But if you want to do that, we can do it. But that can derail it, and it's against our wishes. Come on, we know what's going on.
Right, exactly. So it's not actually Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's just saying, you know what? Sod this, man. I'm picking up 16 mil a fight. You know what I mean? I'm getting 20 mil a fight. All right, cool.
Oh, so you're telling me because he turns a blind eye, it's okay. Hey, Spence, the damage control is crazy coming from you right now.
Yeah.
How can you say that? Because people give Mikey Garcia credit for going up when Robert and his dad said, hey, man, don't do that. We don't necessarily agree. But in another sense, you guys are like giving AJ a pass for not doing the same thing.
I'm not giving Anthony Joshua a pass per se. What I am saying is
per se. Oh, come on, man.
No, I'm not giving per se. I'm not giving a pass per se. I'm just saying this, right? The best should fight the best, and if it's there, then go handle your business, right? Mikey Garcia, what Mikey is doing in fighting that killer in Errol Spence, right? I like on another level. I don't even care. He could get knocked out in one round. I don't care. The mere fact that you stepped up to the challenge, right, in a two weight divisions where you're a world champion, I give you every rating conceivable in the world. You're a G, right? And that's throwback cojones, right? We don't see that. We don't see those kind of cojones anymore. But now it's become very, very business orientated. As much as I want to see those fights, and I do want to see those fights, I want to see Anthony Joshua against Tyson Fury. I want to see Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? And when we're talking about ducking, why is it that Dillian Whyte's been a contender for Deontay Wilder's title for nearly 2 years?
Because he don't want to fight Luis Ortiz.
Who don't want to fight Luis Ortiz?
Dillian Whyte.
So wait there. So why should that be the clause in the contract when you're number one contender for the WBC title?
Oh, so then you tell me why should Dillian Whyte be the clause in the contract to fight AJ?
Pardon me?
Exactly. Why should Dillian Whyte be the clause in the contract for Deontay Wilder to fight AJ when Wilder has a WBC belt? But that's the way that Eddie made it, right? That was last year's negotiations. Fight Dillian Whyte, you get AJ. Fight Dillian Whyte, you get AJ. Come on.
Well, that's more business. That ain't really
business. That's not business.
Deontay Wilder. That's more
those
business.
Are hurdles. Those are roadblocks.
You know what? Listen, I was even on that one. I was on that one for the simple fact of like he should fight at the time, but to build his profile is different now. Since after the Tyson Fury fight, Deontay Wilder's credentials and his appeal, especially in the UK, is massive now. Everybody knows Deontay Wilder, right? And after that fight, that's helped him on a global impact because more people know who Deontay Wilder is. So now I would say it's totally different. But why is it that, and you can't say it's tit for tat, why is it that Dillian Whyte has been the #1 contender for his title for 18 months or whatever, and he hasn't got a shot yet.
Because he's not the mandatory. Because he's not the mandatory.
Right, he's #1 contender though.
All right. Well, he's got to be the mandatory to get the shot. You know that better than anybody.
To become mandatory.
I get. They just called for him to fight Dominic Brazil.
Yeah, he's gonna fight Dominic Brazil, and he's gonna beat him up.
Oh, there you go. I mean,
you know he's gonna beat Dominic, and then what? He's gonna beat up Dominic Brazil. No disrespect to Dominic Brazil, nice guy. I met him a couple of times with the Watson twins when he came over to the UK for the Anthony Joshua fight. Very I met him loads of times. He came down to the Sky Studio. We sat down, we spoke. Nice guy, but Dillian Whyte's gonna do him.
I mean, many would say Wilder was gonna do Dillian Whyte.
It doesn't matter that Wilder's gonna do Dillian Whyte. Get the guy his shot. He's earned his shot.
But that's the whole point.
He hasn't earned his shot.
That's the whole point. Luis Ortiz has earned his shot.
What Dillian Whyte did last year.
Luis Ortiz.
Look what Dillian Whyte did last year.
Luis Ortiz has earned his shot.
Luis Ortiz, listen,
he's being dug by the world. Look how you brush him off, that old piece of dirt. But no one wants to fight him. AJ today, I want you to watch that Breakfast Club interview with Charlamagne the God. AJ today said,
I'm gonna go watch that. You know what?
Listen to what AJ said. Wait,
I was watching it. And then you sent me the message.
Listen to what AJ said.
I was watching it on my phone.
He said, we sent Luis Ortiz an offer. He didn't get back to me until I signed to fight Big Baby. Come on, man. Who the fuck is gonna believe that? Who's gonna believe that? Like, somebody needs to tell him stop saying shit on the radio like that.
No, but it's not shit. If that's what happened, that's what happened.
Luis Ortiz, who defected from Cuba, is going to receive an offer from Anthony Joshua, which would be the most lucrative deal he ever got, because we all know on paper he got $500,000 versus Wilder. You gonna tell me he gonna turn it down? He gonna wait until now, until yesterday, to call fucking AJ?
Are you trying to say that Anthony Joshua's a liar?
I'm saying that story is bullshit. He's more than a liar.
Anthony Joshua's a liar?
No, he's more. Right? I said he's more than a liar. I said he's more than a liar because that story is bullshit.
You gotta stop holding bad grudge feelings because Anthony Joshua didn't come on your show. No, right?
I'm not. I talked to him yesterday. We were face to face yesterday.
You be like a little bitch right now, telling me how much.
Here we go, baby.
Not true. Not true.
Ooh, them gunshots, boy.
The biggest bitch. Oh my God, MC, I love you.
No, listen. If you get Anthony Joshua, all I'm gonna do is text Wilder to come on the show, because they need to talk. All these mitigators, all these fences, all these hurdles. These two men need to talk. We need to get this fight, because guess what happened when Wilder and Fury talk? They got that fight going.
Yes.
Now MTK Global's in the way. So we can't talk.
No, wait.
But since you know them, but no. I'm not done. Since you know them so well, listen to me. I told you, you need to listen to this interview. You need to listen to this interview that AJ did today, because it's very important. But since you know MT so well, he spoke of the Fury offer that he made. He allegedly said he made an offer for Fury for April 13th. But that Fury, and I'm gonna have to say MTK Global, because you're saying Sandra's the one she's the head honcho over there. So he's saying that Fury said, no, I don't want your offer. Give me a flat fee. A flat fee. Why would that man say that? Why would he want such a large sum and a flat fee? When fighters argue that they don't want flat fees, help us understand that, Spence.
Listen to me. I can't speak on that because I don't know. Right?
Let's call Matthew Macklin. Let's call Matthew Macklin.
Wait. The person that runs the box for MTK Global is Bob Yeldon, and he used to be the head of ESPN, and now he's the guy that runs the boxing. But Sandra was the one that runs the whole company. Like, she's a very, very successful businesswoman. I got a lot of time for her. Seriously, she's like the fairy godmother. I love her to bits, right? So it's like you're gonna have to speak to the people at MTK Global to know the fullness of it there within. You know what? I'm gonna get Bob to come on your show. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'd love it.
Right? I
want to know why they wanted a flat fee.
All these questions at me, which I can't. Look, I'm not permitted to answer, but I don't know. I'm telling you something. I can tell you something on Spencer Ferron, but I can't tell you on how they're trying to strategically move.
Right. I got one.
What I am saying is,
I got one for you.
Incremental in getting Tyson Fury that deal on ESPN. Incremental.
Oh, you mean the roadblock deal? But listen, I got one for you.
Listen, man, sod you lot with your roadblock, Joe. I'm telling you, You just, I might just the flower on that plane. I swear down. Yes, I'll find you. I swear to God, I'll find you.
I got one for you. My chat is telling me that you have something to do with Fight Night Champions coming back, and we're gonna have a boxing video game.
Is this true?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
It's
right.
true.
Oh, come on, man. Don't tease us now.
Don't tease
do
us
not
now.
tease us like
Don't
this, bro.
tell me there's a new boxing game.
Wait a minute. But the actual Fight Night Champions by EA Sports is coming back.
Nah, it's not by EA Sports. It's by a different company. EA Sports haven't made a boxing game in the longest time.
I know.
It was time for a boxing game to be introduced. A young kid called Mr. Josh contacted me, put the game together. I've helped him. I've sent him out to go meet certain advisors so he can build the game. And yeah, the game's going to be coming out pretty soon. So couple guys have been signed on for it, so it's kind of cool. And speaking about that, because I know Eubank Jr. Wanted a part of it, what's you guys call for Eubank Jr. versus James DeGale?
Eubank has more youth in him. DeGale, we never expected DeGale to lose to Truax. Truax was, I mean, God bless him. He became world champion. He proved us all wrong, but we never thought that of him. So that's that was a blow in our eyes for DeGale. Like, I thought DeGale beat George Groves back when he was like 10-0, so
it did beat him.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm a big
I
Eubank fan.
not at DeGale anymore. Like, I was at the DC fight with the Canadian, was Lucien Boutte with Boutte. Oh my God.
Boutte.
He had a lot of tough fights over the years. I don't know if I feel that Eubank is fresher. He's way more active. But I still think the sharper boxer and more accurate puncher would be DeGale, but I just don't think that he could keep Eubank off of him.
I'm a big fan of Eubank.
Impressive knockout artist. He's got very good work rate, but the thing with Chris Eubank Jr., he has to set himself to throw his shots. He doesn't throw the shots off of a bounce. He'll bounce, then he'll set himself to throw the shots. James DeGale's the one that's got the better footwork, the better lateral movement, and James DeGale throws the least punches out of the two, because if you think the variety of punches in volume is definitely Chris Eubank Jr., but the classier eye-catching shots is definitely James DeGale. It's a really intriguing fight.
Do you think we can expect to see a different Eubank with him having a trainer now?
No, because you're saying him having a trainer. I don't. Listen, man. If you've been in the game, it takes at least 5 fights for you and your trainer to build a relationship. So you can bring someone in, but then certain things you're going to say you're working on and then you're not working on. And a lot of things are down to energies as well. Now, Ronnie Davis, who used to train his father, who was a former 2-weight world champion, right? Ronnie Davis used to train him, but Chris Eubank Sr. could handle Ronnie Davis how he wanted to handle him. So everyone said that Ronnie Davis was a glorified bag handler. And Ronnie Davis would interrupt and say, no, I'm a rich, glorified bag carrier. And so if you think about it, so Eubank Jr. has seen this guy who Chris Eubank Sr. loves to death, but he's also seen how his dad handles him, because his dad was a maverick. Chris Eubank Sr. was a maverick, wanting to do things his own way. I think Junior tried to do exactly the same thing as his dad, but you got to think like you're of your father's seed, but you're not your father. You need to do things your own way. And now him finding, he's working with Vasquez now, right?
Yes.
I think now he's going to find himself. But the thing that I find difficult, regardless, you're a great athlete. You're not a great boxer. He's a great athlete. He's incredibly fit, does like millions of rounds. He's just a very fit athlete. Depending on what James DeGale's got left, because I can tell you this now. If we go back to, I think it was 2011, they sparred in James DeGale's gym, and it was a mental war, and Eubank Jr. was posting out to everyone that he beat him up in sparring and blah, blah, blah. And Ambrose Mendy, who was the advisor of Nigel Benn, the 2-weight world champion, Nigel Benn from Great Britain, Ambrose Mendy was in the gym, and I just take a little snippet of it and sent it to me. And said, like, nah, Eubank didn't beat him up. It was an even spar. But at that time, he was working for James DeGale. Now, later on down the line, I asked him about it. Now, Ambrose is not working for James DeGale. Ambrose is saying, nah, Chris Eubank Jr. got the better of the spar. But I said, on the clip that you sent to me, it didn't look that way. It looked like, yeah, they just had the spar. But you know what? My thing is, like, what happens in the gym stays in the gym. It's not important. We've heard of so many guys who get beat up in sparring and never end up doing anything. So what difference does it make? That makes no difference. What counts is how do you perform under the spotlights? How do you perform when the heat and the energy of the crowd are on your back and they're cheering your name for you or against you? Then how you gonna act then? And what I'm saying, in the 2 times Eubank Jr. boxed when he had to go up, firstly against Billy Joe Saunders, everyone says, "Oh well,
debatable loss."
Right? Yeah. If he started earlier, to won the fight. Hold up a second. When the bell goes, that's when the fight starts. So it's not when you start earlier. When are you going to start? When you're in the change room? Exactly. So that's that one. And then the George Groves fight showed me that you got terrible feet. Terrible feet. And George Groves stuck to a game plan of going 1-2 down the middle, triggering that jab and coming in with a big right hand and then back on his jab. Right? The basics of boxing and fundamentals that Eubank Jr. hasn't got. But is it the fact that we have a man named James DeGale who's on this big recline? So if we got a James DeGale on this big recline, then we don't, you know what I mean? Then he could have a long night. But because he's the better boxer, if James DeGale sticks a simple 1-2 and jab and moves side to side, James DeGale could win this fight after 8 rounds, and then Eubank's going to get wicked. Because one thing you got to give Eubank, he can bite down his gumshoe and start winging away and give it hard. But I could see James DeGale winning this on a split decision on points.
Hey, Spence, what about the undercard? Omar Douglas, or should I say Lee Selby, is the A side taking on Omar Douglas.
And Lee Selby missed the press conference.
Lee Selby's just coming off of a defeat to Josh Warrington, and Douglas he's got momentum. That's a good fight, you know.
All right,
that's a good fight.
Come on, man, Mr.
All right, so I would, you know what? I would favor Selby depending on what he's got left, because he lost to Josh Warrington, and you know what? And you know Josh Warrington's on a mad one right now, because Josh Warrington, after beating Lee Selby, went in straight away and fought Carl Frampton. I thought, you're crazy to fight Carl Frampton right now, and he went in there and beat Carl Frampton and hurt him badly in the first round too. So it depends what Selby's got left. And not only what he's got left, but has he got the desire to still be in the fight? And if he's got desire, Selby's an amazingly talented and gifted fighter, then he could come out on top on points.
Now I have a question. So Abel Sanchez was saying that Joe Joyce needed a couple more fights before a possible fight with Luis Ortiz. What's your talks about Joe Joyce versus Luis Ortiz? If they fought now, does he need a couple more fights?
If he fights now, Luis Ortiz will beat him. But what I am saying is Joe Joyce is very, very good.
Who? Old man is dirt, Luis Ortiz?
Yeah, listen. My guy's a puppy. How many fights has Joe Joyce had? 6?
I don't know.
I think he's had 7. He's had 7.
I thought he had 307.
You're a funny guy. As an amateur, that's amateur boxing. It's not pro fighting. Right?
How many World Boxing Super Series? I mean, what is it? What was that WSB he was in with no headgear?
He's been in quite a few. He's been in quite a few of them. Usyk beat him in one of them. That's when that Usyk's a badass, because Usyk weren't even no blinking super heavyweight. But I said, no, I'll fight you. Don't worry about it. I would say not. Listen, as much as I say that old man, I'm saying that old man at elite level. Right now, Joe Joyce isn't elite level, regardless that he was a former silver medalist.
Did you say White?
Games. No, Joe Joyce isn't an elite heavyweight. He's very good and potentially can be an elite. He's a very good fighter, very, very good fighter. But I think he's being moved at the right rate. Trust me, he's being moved at the right rate.
I want to get back to AJ now. Is there any way possible that AJ is running the risk of overlooking Big Baby Miller? Because he's saying he's not really a boxer. He punches like a fairy. He really
AJ has to say that AJ. No, he's not. Let me trust me on this one. AJ's not overlooking no one. He is very, very meticulous. He's got a strong team around him, and AJ is a person mentally. He leaves no stone unturned. And I know he's going to be up for this fight because Big Baby Miller was popping off about his mom. So, and in the UK, that's a no. I don't know how things are in America. Like, you like to curse out.
Nah, that's
I mean, I don't know the way he came back. The way he came back. I'm your landlord.
Dying for that.
Hell yeah. That's what we
Right?
was saying. That's why we didn't understand how AJ wasn't doing nothing to Big Baby when he was saying he wanted to take him out, take his mom out. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, but he didn't hear it. Didn't hear it.
What?
No. On the first time, seriously, I guarantee when they're promoting the Povetkin fight,
Yo,
and
you
he was there
AJ
and they went to
protect this, man.
No, he ain't hear it. He
So
ain't
you
hear it.
telling me? So
he
you
didn't hear it.
So
brother,
listen,
me,
I was
trust me.
at the press conference, Spence, in New York City when they first met. You telling me he didn't tell him then?
No, he didn't hear him. I'm telling you, he didn't hear him because I was on the phone and said, "Brother, I can't make man talk about your mom. You nuts, brother." It was like,
wait a minute. So you even called him?
Yeah.
What did he say?
No, and then he said, "I swear to God, Spence, I didn't hear him." He said, "If I heard it, are you mad?" Same thing. Are you nuts, fam? I would deal with him. But the thing about it is this: it was like his guys, like he's got a really cool guy who's the crew, KD, who handles all the tickets for him, works as he's like personal assistant to Andy Joshua. And he said, "I swear to you, Spence, tears will come." Carl's hot in these. Remember, these guys are younger to me. I'm getting old now, man. I'm 45. So I'm saying to these little young kids in there, they look up to me. So I said, "Brother, are you what? You made the guy what? You were there as well, KD?" He said, "Nah, brother, it didn't happen." He went on one. He didn't hear him. I swear to God, AJ didn't hear it. He didn't hear it. Then I saw AJ afterwards. This is just before the Povetkin fight. I said to AJ, "Wait, brother, did you make the man talk about your mom?" And he said, "Spence, I swear to God, if I'd have heard him, I'd have knocked him spark out."
Yeah, I love the way you say it. You know,
Yeah.
talk about you.
Hey, but before we let you go, because I can't let you go without getting your opinion. If both guys are successful in their careers and maybe 5-6 more fights, how do you see Buatsi and Anthony Yard going?
You know what? Everyone, listen, man. You know what? I'm close to both guys. Anthony Yard first appeared after receiving the bronze medal in the Olympics. I brought him down to Sky. So it was Brazil, Rio 2000. Was it? Yeah, 2016 Olympics. He lives quite near me, and I always used to see this guy going training and everything. I'm saying, yeah, man. Like he always said, yeah, that's his vision, and and then also, so I know him really well, and I also know Anthony Yard really well. Anthony Yard, he's my guy because his trainer Babatunde Ajayi is my real guy. You know what I mean, I got Babatunde Ajayi into boxing. He tells everyone this, right?
I think that flashback clip you posted.
Right, exactly. So then you see, not a case of like how I see it right now. I think they're on different routes, and because they're on different routes right now, I'd say regardless that they've only got one common opponent against, and Boatsi did better than what Yard did, but styles make fights. I'm saying for somebody from Anthony Yard who didn't even have 20 amateur fights to be moved in the way that he's been moving in and to do the things that he's doing, I think he's doing incredibly well. And for me to pit him against Joshua Boatsi right now, I'm saying you do your own thing. You know what I mean? You let Joshua Boatsi do his own thing and let them meet in the middle. And if there's a fight right now, I still favor Anthony Yard because it's right now. But
yes,
at a rate that Boatsi is improving, and we're going to see because Boatsi now he's fighting for the British title next month. So Conroy Nelson against yeah. So I'm saying let him win that British title, then we can gauge it then. But right now, Andy Yard's the guy for me, right? I think Andy Yard is very, very talented. If Andy Yard was in America, you guys be screaming about the kid right now. And that's fact.
I'm screaming anyway.
Right.
I don't know. I'm going to have to disagree with that. I don't think Anthony Yard beats Buatsi any day. Like Buatsi, if Anthony Yard was to fight Buatsi now, it would be the right time. I agree because I think he's been in with potentially tougher opponents. But as time goes by, Buatsi is only going to get better. So I don't see how Anthony
Yard is going to get better too, though. 12
I don't know.
12 amateur fights.
What's his name? What's your name?
State
your name. Say your name.
What? What's your name, brother?
Akan, AKAN.
Oh, AKA. That's what they call you. All right. So, brother. So you're saying in time, Joshua Boatsi is only going to get better. So you don't think in time Anthony Yarde's going to get better?
I don't think Anthony Yarde has as high of a ceiling.
Pardon me?
Would you say their ceilings? Do you think their ceilings are the exact same? Do you think he has as high of a ceiling as Buatsi?
So you're trying to tell me that you don't think Anthony Yarde's going to improve?
I said he's going to improve, but I just don't think his ceiling is as high as Buatsi's.
But that's based on your opinion. It's not based on fact.
Right. But then what you're saying is based on your opinion too, right?
No. My thing's based on facts, brother.
So what fact is there that if they were to fight tomorrow?
I've seen. Wait. Hold up. I was like, it's love. We're speaking out of love, right? You know what's happening in London right now? We got to stop this black on black violence, right?
Oh shit! He got deep on us.
So it's okay for us to debate, and you could want to disagree or agree with me.
100%.
Say that you're a dickhead because you don't agree with me. No, man, it's your opinion. It's cool, right? What I'm saying is this. I rate both guys. Like I said, both guys are my brothers. So it's a kind of difficult position for me to say who will beat who, because I'm going to see that, I'm going to see both guys, right? But for me, right? For me, I think that Joshua Buatsi is a very, very special talent. Joshua Buatsi is very, very reminiscent. If you should take sprinkles of Evander Holyfield and sprinkles of Andre Ward, then I reckon you're going to get Joshua Buatsi, right? But when it comes to temperament and mental aptitude, Anthony Yarde is a killer. I want you to realize this part here.
No, I have to disagree with you there, man.
Spiteful.
I have to disagree. I have to disagree with you there.
No, and the next thing is this. Anthony Yarde ticks all of the boxes, right? When I mean all of the boxes, because he fights out of East London, he's got very, very big East London constituents who come out to support him. I'm talking like he crosses the line. He ticks the boxes. Look, he just signed a massive deal. The only boxer to be signed on a global deal to Adidas. Never been done before. Right?
But you know I have to disagree with you. Can I ask you a question?
He has done all of this not even having 20 fights as an amateur. Anthony Yarde's name's ringing and it's hot. And obviously you're going to get people who sit on the outside and say, well, why is all the fuss about this kid? And he ain't got nobody and blah, 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 blah. And this. All he's got to do is keep on winning. Right?
Okay. I agree. But Spence, that's where you said it. That's where you said it. His name's really Spence, that's where you said it. His name's hot right now. Anthony Yarde, once he loses, which he will, his name, the drop off that he will, the level that he will drop from once he loses will be phenomenal. Right now, no.
We don't know he's going to lose,
nowhere near.
You don't know he's going to lose.
Anthony Yarde is nowhere near as skilled. I refuse to believe that anyone here Wait, hold on. I refuse to believe that anyone on this panel believes that Anthony Yarde is anywhere near as skilled as Buatsi. He's not.
Who are you to say he's not?
Is Anthony Yarde anywhere near as skilled as Buatsi? Could you honestly say that today?
What, is he as skilled?
Is he as skilled of a fighter as Buatsi?
They've got different skill levels. They've got weight.
So who's the more skilled fighter? Who's the more skilled fighter?
Hold on. There are things that Anthony Yarde can do that I know for a fact Joshua Buatsi cannot do.
Okay, but you didn't answer the question. Who's the more skilled fighter?
Let's have some parliamentary procedure. I talk, then you talk, then you talk, then I talk. You know, right. We don't keep on crossing it over each other, right? There are things that Anthony Yarde does that makes him a very uniquely special talent, right? And the kid is not hype. It is meticulous, hard work, and being a student of the game. Joshua Buatsi is exactly the same.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to say, I just want to know the mental toughness of one guy over another guy. Because deep down, that's what it will boil down to, the mental toughness. Both guys are my brothers, and I love both of them the same. Okay. I love these guys. But so therefore, it's not for me to try and besmirch or throw dirt on one guy. But I do know that you're Ghanaian.
I'm not Ghanaian, actually. But I think by you saying I'm not Ghanaian. But my name is kind of a Ghanaian tribe, but I'm not Ghanaian. But by you saying you're questioning the mental,
Answer the question.
What did he say? Wait, hold on. Sorry, what did he say?
Where is your family from?
Nigeria.
You're Nigerian.
100%.
No wonder he AJ protects so hard.
Yeah.
What do you mean? No wonder.
You know what I mean? Well, AK, my friend, one day you're gonna invite me around your house for some goosey, yeah?
100%.
It's Icon. It's Icon, right? Not AK.
Oh,
Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, it's all good, man.
Bali. We're in Bali. We're in Bali. But you guys can jump and defend who you want to defend and say who you want to defend and say who you want to say. They don't make you an idiot. It doesn't make you the smartest man on the planet. It makes you right for you. That is it. But only time, because like Tesla said, time and patience are the most important thing to man. Time and patience, right? But then also Howard Wilson, the former Prime Minister of Great Britain, said he rejects change as the architect of decay because the only human institution that rejects progress is the cemetery. So if either fighter doesn't change their approach and doesn't improve, then they're gonna die off. But you're never gonna hear me say one thing about well, when this happens and when Anti-Yard loses and I ain't got time to be sitting there hating on nobody. I want everybody to win, especially when on the backdrop of where, and you're from the UK, how hard it is for us out there. Any youth that's getting a bus, especially when I know of the oppression that they can go through, especially within this sport that is predicated for people like Anti-Yard not to succeed, or people like Joshua Boatsy not to succeed, and I see them succeeding. It's not for me to say, because you are, I want you to mash up, or this one not to go through, or you to go. No, I want everybody to win. Even you, my Nigerian brother, and I'm Jamaican descent.
No, I appreciate that too. But you have to remember though, Spence, you can't say they're both your guys, you like them both, and then question one's mental toughness, because that's a contradiction.
No. The only reason why I'm saying that, I just know one guy is very mentally tough. Who I know personally is very, very mentally tough. I'm not knocking Joshua Boatsy, because Joshua Boatsy is a warrior. You know what I mean?
100%, and he's a silent killer. He's silent. He's not as loud as Anthony Yard. He's not as out there as Anthony Yard. But when you step in a ring with him, he's a silent killer.
Anthony Yard because he's a light skinned black guy, man. I know you're dark skinned. Is it because Anthony Yard is a jam, or is that why? Is that why? Come on, man.
I rate Anthony Yard. I rate him. I think he's a great fighter.
Seriously.
I rate him. I just think.
No, well, it didn't sound like it. You didn't sound like you rated him just a second ago, man. You know what I mean?
No, I rate him. I just picked up on what you said about mental toughness, and I think
is it because Anti-Yard is of West Indian descent why you're hating him? Tell the truth.
Definitely not. I love West Indian food. Caribbeans, they whip it up.
What does that mean? What does that mean, brother?
I support West Indians.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you. You love Caribbean food. What does that mean? You know how many people eat Chinese but hate Chinese?
I can't dislike a man if I'm eating his food.
Oh my God!
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm saying I said you're Jamaican. Like he's a Caribbean man. This isn't no Africa. This isn't no plantain versus plantain argument.
No. It's got nothing to do with plantain argument. I'm saying you're hating on Anti-Yard because he's West Indian.
I want to hear him. Not at all.
You can hear it. It's something you.
I want him to win.
When he loses, because he is going to lose, like you know. Are you God? Are you God?
No, but he's losing. He's losing. But carry on.
Yeah.
Gun. Oh, he's losing. I know for certain he's losing. I'm telling you, man. This is what I'm trying to say. The real racism is within us as black folks.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. You're making it. That's the thing. At the end of the day, I'm making it about skill. I'm saying to you that Boatsy is a higher skilled fighter than Yard. And you haven't actually denied that part. You didn't actually deny it. You spun around. You went around in circles, but you didn't actually deny that.
Who? What has he done to prove that he's higher? What has he proved to you?
Hold on. What's Yard done?
No. Don't answer a question with a question, Khan. Answer the question.
Yeah, you do that all the time. Don't tell me don't answer a question with a question. You do that all the time. You do that all the time.
Moderate for one reason. The only reason I'm a moderate is because we're talking about two UK fighters on an American podcast. So we need you to prove to the audience why your guy, who's also from the UK, is better than Spence, the one that Spence is picking, who's also from the UK. You need to explain it to intrigue the people that are listening.
Okay, my whole point was the difference between the two when you said, "Oh, he's not as mentally tough," I don't believe. I think you can't say you value both of them and then say one's not as mentally tough, and you haven't seen that. Okay, then I went over to
Hold on, Spence.
Buatsi's had what 9 fights.
Spence, I got you. Listen, answer the question. Why is Buatsi more skilled? Stop. You're going in circles now.
Has proven
I'm going in circles. He is more skilled.
He
attributes, power, speed, knowledge,
he's more skilled.
ring control.
You know, if they were to fight,
he's fought.
I'm going to on this now, straight standard. If they were to fight, it's going to be down to trainers. As far as I'm concerned, Babatunde Ajayi is one of the best trainers in the UK. Period.
Okay.
You know
Is he going to be in the ring with Yard? Or
don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. You know why? Because Babatunde Ajayi has books and books of combination and fight strategic plans that he's written out. You know why? Nobody else is going to see that. I've seen it. I've seen the stuff the guy studies. So I'm not saying that no one can't get beat, but this is how I'm rolling. On the reels, this is how I'm rolling. I love Joshua Buatsi. I love him. I know the guy personally. In fact, after I get off the phone with Air, I'm most probably going to phone him, right? But I'm saying this. I'm never dogging my guys. That's how I roll.
I hear you.
Wait.
Never.
So Spence,
and just like you're not dogging your guys so much that you got something against West Indians so much that you
where did you get this West Indian stuff from?
I can't wait. Spence,
and that's what you're doing.
But Spencer, you haven't proven that Yard is any better. Who has Yard beat? That's how I like to gauge it.
I don't need to prove. I don't need to prove nothing.
What do you mean? You said you're going off facts. So what are your facts? Who has Yard beat? Who has Yard beat to indicate that he's better than Joshua Buatsi?
My facts are what I've witnessed myself. All right.
So no one in his resume can indicate
I'm saying
that.
It's down to, if those two were to fight, it's going to be down to trainers. And I know that Buatsi ain't no bad boy trainer like
Spence. That's where you're wrong, though. That's where you're wrong. Because
wait a minute.
Once they enter the ring,
can you answer the question though? I want you to answer it. Like, why is Buatsi better? Who has he beat?
Like, break it down. Skill, ring IQ, movement, speed.
Buatsi's had 9 fights. Yeah, he's had 9 fights.
Okay.
He's had 9 fights. I believe he's technically he's more skilled, in my opinion. Technically, he's more skilled. I believe he's a more accurate puncher too. Is he not? Do you disagree? No one's disagreeing with you. He's a more accurate.
Keep explaining. Just talk.
He's more accurate. My computer as well. Listen, you know what? For me to win this argument, I would have to rubbish Joshua Buatsi, which I'm not going to do. Right?
Spence, what I do have to say though, Spence, what I have to say.
I know these boys listen to me. You know they listen to me. You know all of these boys. You know this for a fact. Not me boasting. They listen to me, so I'm not going to rubbish nobody. And that's the truth.
No, but Spence, I do have to disagree with what you said though, because you said it comes down to the trainers. But at the end of the day, once these fighters get into the ring, that game plan could go out the window. It doesn't matter, regardless of how good you think his trainer is or this magic book his trainer's got. As soon as he gets into the ring, it's a different story.
Have you boxed before?
It's a different story. I'm just saying, it's a different story. You've come out with quotes about how Dillian Whyte deserves. I saw an interview that you did where you said, I think it was your podcast where you said, Dillian Whyte deserves a title shot because he's beat 2 former champions.
To get punched on the nose.
Huh?
Do you know what it's like to be punched on the nose?
What, in a boxing match or in real life?
As well.
In real life, 100%. In real life, 100%. Huh?
Do you? Yes or no? Do you know what that's like?
Yes, he said yes.
Yes.
What? So you boxed, have you?
No,
I've been in a fight. I said in real life or not. You didn't give the context. I said I know what it feels like to be punched in the nose.
Not. Listen to me. Not I box apples and oranges down the market because I used to work on a stall. I'm saying, have you boxed before?
No. I haven't boxed.
Have you been around boxing? You been in the gyms regular?
I've been around gyms, yeah.
90 seconds.
What fighters and trainers have you been around?
There's a guy currently, actually, you might not necessarily know of him, but there's a guy currently that I'm following up with. His name is Chris Congo. You know of him?
I know Chris. I know Chris really well.
I do.
Chris,
yeah, some of my friends are involved in essentially promoting his fight.
When I enter a ring and Chris Congo's there, their man salute me. Their man see me and they bow their head, uncle. That's how they have to call me.
Spence, right? I'm not going against that. All I'm saying to you is that if they get into the ring, you're telling me that the game plan can't go out of the window.
No. Because that's an easy adjective to go off. Oh, well, 2 guys are in the ring and game plans go out the window. Why would a game plan go out the window?
It happened with Dillian Whyte and AJ. First fight, the game plan went out of the window. It was a scrap. It wasn't a fight. It was a scrap.
What? With who? With who?
Dillian Whyte and
AJ and Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte rocked AJ in the second or the third round. It was a scrap. It wasn't the game plan went out the window.
For a second. This is how I'm ready for you.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
Dillian Whyte at the time, right? Dillian Whyte at the time, AJ at the time. Both relatively new guys to the fight game, and both both not authentic to boxing. Dillian Whyte came from a kickboxing background. Anthony Joshua has just been incredibly blessed and talented, right? From stepping into the amateur ranks to the professionals, right?
Yep.
Anthony Yard and Joshua Buatsi both live the professional game way better than at the time of AJ and I'm saying authentically, lived the game better than AJ and Dillian Whyte at that time. And when you're saying, well, game plan went out the window, it went out the window. Reason why it went out the window because AJ got clapped with a big left hook in round 2.
AJ went in there looking to knock this guy out. He didn't go in there to fight behind a jab. He was looking to make it personal. It was personal.
His right arm was completely busted. Completely busted.
That's an excuse, man.
That's not an excuse. I'm telling you facts.
That's an excuse, man. I hear that, but we don't want to hear that. As fight fans, we don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. Deontay Wilder popped out one of his, like, tore his muscle, and he carried on fighting. You don't hear about that. He won the fight. We don't care about none of that stuff.
I'm trying to say to you, listen, God bless you. You can have your opinion, right?
Wait.
But there's a reason. But there's a reason why I do what I do when I do it, and where I've been doing it, and on the platforms that I've been doing it, right? So there's levels to this thing, right? So me arguing with you. I'm saying, why should I be arguing with you? Listen, you're my little brother. I can't be arguing with you.
I'm saying, listen, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is you can't say you respect both guys, and then talk about how one isn't as, you don't know how if one is as mentally tough, and then you also can't trash him on here. When I said what I believe there's attributes where you said, oh, you can't go in on Buatsi because you rate him, you like him, you're close to him.
I'm going to tell you now, because I'm not going to disrespect Joshua Buatsi. Because Joshua Buatsi, I believe, is real and he's special.
He is, 100%. I agree.
But what I'm trying to say to you is I'm not going to trash him. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but I didn't ask you to trash him. I said you just can't say the statement that you made.
You can have your opinion. I'm saying it's great. You can have your opinion. Because really and truly, like, if we should properly go into deep to argue about this, there's not many people that could beat me on. Well,
I'm not trying to beat you. I'm picking up on what you said.
Right, there's not many people. But the thing about it is this, is like, I'm not going to go, you know what I mean? As Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. I am props in any you coming through, especially someone like a Joshua Buatsi and Anthony Yard, because I know just how difficult it is in the climate that they are living. So if they're earning right now and they're getting their pops, and I'm rating both guys, right? There's a special preview that Sky are going to be doing with Joshua Buatsi, and I'm quoted on it right Friday. So I'm not a hypocrite. I'm just saying him against Anthony Yard. Listen, Babatunde Ajayi is one of my closest friends, and I will never, ever disrespect his fighter. Ever. It will never, ever happen. Unless I get a phone call tomorrow and he's calling me a pussy hole and every name under the sun there, maybe I could switch on him. And even then, I still ain't going to do it. But I'm telling you this now. I'm not falling to those tricks. I'm telling you, because maybe you guys don't know what's special, but the American guys are watching it and saying, wow. Next to those guys saying, right, Anthony Yard's special. So I'm saying, I know what's special. Anthony Yard is a special talent.
I didn't say it wasn't special. I just said he's not beating Buatsi. But at the end of the day, like we said, it's my opinion. You have yours.
And he has more variation in his game than Joshua Buatsi. Joshua Buatsi is amazingly talented and picture perfect. He's a throwback fighter. You do realize this, right? When you're looking at Joshua Buatsi, you're looking at somebody that
he's an old school fighter, 100%.
When the light heavyweight division was at its hottest, and that was like mid-40s, and then at the second time of his resurgence in the late 70s and early 80s, when we had great guys, like we had guys who couldn't win world titles, like Yaki Lopez. That guy could fight. Oh my goodness gracious, he could fight. We had really, really good guys. Then you had Michael Spinks, Dwight Muhammad Quarry. Go through the list of the guys there. Matthew Saad Muhammad, John Conti. We had so many good guys at that time. So you're gonna learn something. You go look up these guys on YouTube. We had great guys there. I'm telling you this now. Joshua Buatsi's cut off of that line. But regardless that he's cut off of that line, there's no way I'm speaking ill about my brother Anthony Yard. Period.
I didn't expect you to speak ill of him, but at the end of the day, we've got a different opinion, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good, and I'm still gonna come around to your house for some Oguse, some
yeah, I'll come to yours. So what, planting, right?
No, seriously. No, listen to me. And the next thing is this, mate. I'm appreciative of our cultural differences, but at the end of the day, the truth is this, right? It's not whether you're from West Africa, from East Africa, because what I'm trying to say to you is this: like when that slave ship left Africans to go to the West Indies, right? It was a slave ship, and we came from somewhere. So I know where I'm from. I know that I'm African, but before anything, me being pro West Indian or pro Londoner or pro anything, I am pro human, my friend.
Hey, Spence.
Right?
My other UK correspondent, Jack is the Truth, whose name is Akin, so it's Akin, wants you to know that this is not him. This is Akan. So when he meets you, so you don't think that they're the same person.
No. You know, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. We get, you know what I mean? Bottom line is this. All of you guys, and what you're doing a great service to boxing. If it was down to me, I'd pay you $100,000 a week, right? Because you're doing a great service to boxing where you got a platform that you can grab anybody on there to want to go and debate against our beautiful game, and the sport is beautiful and the sport is alive. You guys just keep it, like I keep on saying, you like the boxing voice. You guys are gonna get the bus. You're gonna get your bus. You're gonna get it. You are so gonna get your bus. Trust me.
No, I'm just letting you know because he's listening and he's chatting. He put another. He said, "Please clarify it, Akan, not a kid."
I told him. Yeah,
I'm Yard.
I'm not a kid.
He says Yard is his boy, and he knows Yard is listening, and he doesn't want to be banned from the gym.
Nah, I'm gonna tell Tundi, man. I'm gonna tell Tundi to fuck all you guys off. You know what I mean?
No, man. I text him right now. I text him right now and say, "Hey, I ain't got shit to do with none of this, bro."
We're gonna clip the show. But listen, Spence, man, we want to thank you, obviously, man, for taking out the time out there on vacation in Bali, man, and coming to chat some boxing with us. We appreciate it. Give out your social media, and we can't wait to get you back on.
It's what is it? It's master_knowledge on Instagram and Spencer_Fearon on Twitter, and you can grab me. And anyone who sends me, like, I get loads of people who ask me anything, and you know me, I always reply to people, man. I don't care who you are. I'm grateful that I got fans and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm really, really grateful for fans. I ain't got real fans because most of the guys with my fans, they're actually my friends. I contact every single person, and we keep things strong. And also, if anyone wants to contact me, you can get me on s.fearon@mtkglobal.com, where we run the foundation where we help underprivileged kids. We help everyone, and everything's community based because I mean, each one teach one. You know the one. So we just got to keep on bringing in the bringing-ins, man. But you guys just keep on doing your thing, man. Trust me, I love what you guys are doing. Trust me, I really love what you guys are doing. Especially Ness. How long you been doing this now, I'm gonna get him on the show. How long you been doing the show now, Ness?
About 6 or 7 years now.
6 or 7 years, and you ain't got an official sponsor yet.
Nah.
Right. See, stop. You got
7 years. 7 years. 7 years. Yeah.
7 years, and you ain't got a sponsor yet. We have to change that. I'm telling you this now because you are not doing a disservice. You are doing a service. I'm telling you this now. You know what I mean? Because when you're obedient to your purpose, your dreams become reality. You guys just carry on doing what you're doing. It was Marcus Garvey that said, God and nature first made us who we are. Then out of our own creative genius, we made ourselves who we want to be. Followed that great law. Put God in the sky as our limit and eternity our measurement. So in years to come, they're going to be rewinding and listening to these shows after Boatsy and Yard have had this classic war together. And maybe they could have a free fight trilogy. We never know. Make loads of money together. And they're going to say, did you hear him with that Jamaican guy was arguing with that Nigerian guy, right? Maybe we don't know, but they're going to say it was on the Boxing Voice. You guys carry on doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job. God bless you lot. I'm going now into the room now to harass my wife. I'm off later.
Big up, Spence, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on. There you have it, Spencer Fearon, ladies and gentlemen. Former professional fighter. Obviously a prize fighter turned historian,
former promoter.
Former promoter. Just an inspirational figure amongst both British and U.S. boxing now, man. Definitely always a treat to have him on the show and appreciate the time. We're going to go ahead and turn on these phone lines. We got a lot of people out there waiting to get in. We know that we took a little longer, but always great to have a treat and someone with so much depth and knowledge in the sport. And that's what he goes by, Mr. Knowledge. So,
and Akan, just so you know, I am a big Buatsi fan, bro. I'm not like I'm a
no,
big
you threw him
Buatsi
under the
fan.
bus. As soon as you heard him talk about Yard, you just
but
you threw him under the bus.
Hey,
I agree with him, though.
Truth, what you don't know, I seen and heard, Mike. Once Spencer said, no, Yard once he confirmed that he was on the Yard train, Mike jumped out of his seat and said, yes. Say you ain't say that. I heard you.
I'm a bigger Yard fan though. But bro, how long have I been talking about Buatsi?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I've heard you talk about Buatsi a lot. So when you jumped up to him saying Yard, it was strange.
Not jumping out. Sometimes you gotta closer relationship with others.
I think a lot of people have interest in both those fighters, and that's why I think there's so much comparison. Who's better? Because they appreciate both and want them both to fight each other. So,
and that's why I don't want them to fight now. Wait till it's worth like a world title. Wait till it's a big fight, man. Because both those guys are gonna keep winning.
George Groves. This is what I love about UK boxing. Little do they know, George Groves and DeGale was able to do it when one was 13 and the other one was like 11 or 10-0. Buatsi and Yard could do it now, and it won't hurt anybody because the UK public want it, and the UK public want it so much. There's some of the Americans know, like Yard has, listen, Spence ain't lying. Yard has more upside. I don't know what Akan is talking about. Like, no one knows Buatsi besides his attachment to Yard.
And just so you know, Yard.
Listen, with Yard, hold on a minute, because Yard, in my
don't say nobody knows Buatsi because of his attachment to Yard.
But real quick,
Buatsi is managed by AJ's boxing, so he got a bigger attachment to AJ than anything, and he's with Matchroom, and he's 2016.
Let me just say this one thing real quick.
And in the UK, Buatsi is on Sky.
Forget all this. What I'm trying to say is a fact. Real quick.
Crossed over. We know Yard over here. Yard has walked through the streets of New York. He's training the Philly gyms with fucking Danny Garcia. He was in LA for Wilder Fury. Knock it the fuck off. Buatsi.
I didn't say he was more popular.
You know how he looked. The other day we finally seen him on a couple of interviews. He need to get his hair shit and his beard all shaped up. He ain't got the pizzazz of Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard is the Anthony Joshua.
You don't know his story,
but real quick. Let me state an actual fact.
And that's what I'm telling you. Only that story has gotten to the US.
Let me state an actual fact. Like last night, there was a UNC and Duke game. Tons of people watched. It's a big basketball game. When they have the ESPN strip, and it was an error because the fight was moved to a different date. They were promoting Anthony Yard's fight all night on the Duke and UNC fight.
In America,
that's big. That was a big game. Obama was there. Like that was a huge game. Zion.
Buatsi is over here. Another form of wasabi sauce, though. Don't nobody know who Buatsi is.
No. I wasn't saying he was more popular than Yard, but I'm saying to say nobody knows him because of Yard is false.
Bruh, name 3 Americans took pictures with him.
All right, Nez. I
made it simple.
I get your point. I get your point.
I made it simple. To ask to take a picture, I made it simple. No, I did not mute Akan. He muted himself. He always do that.
Sorry.
He only what did you say? To go out. No, they saying Nez muted Akan.
Oh no, Nez didn't mute me, guys.
Man, they think I'm censoring. Yeah, listen, you could call Yard a hype job all you want in the chat. I get it. All I'm saying is, and that's what hype is. Don't you get it? His hype has reached Americans. And until Joshua Buatsi's hype does that, it ain't going to work. Look, he should have been at the presser. They should have been announcing that that's AJ's fighter and he's going to be on the undercard and he's also making his U.S. debut. And they might do that on a separate press release without the same amount of press. So I'm just saying, Yard is getting that push.
And doesn't Yard get headline? So like when Yard gets these fights and they get over to like ESPN Plus and stuff, you see Yard's name more, you know, on a regular basis.
Yard does headline. He's had more headline shows too. But
His
the issue is, Nez, I agree.
Kovalev, man.
So
Nez,
Boatsy only could wish to be linked to Sergey Kovalev.
Nez, I
you
do
see
agree.
his name more on our apps here. I'm just speaking from here. I see Yard's name
I
way
agree. But
more
what my point is, and I think what a lot of people in the chat are trying to explain to you, Nez, is that although Yard has crossed over for you and the American guys to find out about him, in the UK, Yard is nowhere near as big as Buatsi. I can tell you that.
Hey,
that's no. It's fact,
the
Mike.
money's in
Mike,
the
it's
UK.
fact.
I mean, the money's in the
That's what
USA.
No, you're right. The money is in the UK, Nez.
He got to deal with it.
I'm
with
joking,
beef,
I'm joking,
bro.
I'm joking.
Money's in
I've
the
seen,
USA. That's why this
I'm
shit-
joking, Nez.
Hold on a minute.
You're getting emotional, Nez. It was a joke, Nez. You don't need to stop crying, Nez.
Listen, that's why this show is about Big Baby claiming to make more money than Dillian Whyte asks for. Because in the US, he can get that. That's why. So there is more money in the US, where a guy who even Spencer Fearon feels doesn't deserve the shot, got the shot over his guy. Come on, bro. This guy hasn't done multiple pay-per-views in the UK, but he's getting more money because there's more money to give out here, bro.
It was actually a joke, but you kind of got emotional.
I do think Yard is bigger here in the US, and I think Buatsi's bigger in the UK, based on him being like co-promotions underneath, like co-main on like Dillian Whyte cards and being all the backing that he gets pushed with all the other different type of UK fighters. I think he's bigger in the UK, and I think Yard's getting a good push over here.
No, he is. Buatsi's benefited from being closely linked to AJ. AJ turns up at his fights. He gets put in the O2. He gets more exposure in the UK than Yard, mainly because Yard has to fight on BT Sports, which isn't as big as Sky. So that's the only reason why people don't know as.
Bruh, but the BT Sports fights get showed on ESPN. Wake up and smell the coffee.
Nez, that's not what we're talking about, Nez. We're talking about the UK. We're talking about the UK.
Globally known. That's why he got a
We got Carlos.
That's why he got a global deal. Buatsi got what? Attachment to fucking AJ. And you are attached to Buatsi because AJ is Nigerian. We're gonna see it all now. He don't want to show his
You're
face.
reaching, Nez. You're reaching, Nez. You're reaching.
Listen, I'm putting it on notice, right? Like same thing with Rob. Right? I have to communicate in order to be part of the show. I'm not going front. Akan is a communicator. Akan is a communicator. He's good. We can debate with Akan. I like it. He seems to be tough skinned.
I didn't think you were going to send me the link today, so I appreciate that you sent it, bro.
You're crazy, brother. There's no one I don't send the link. You're crazy. I don't have meltdowns. I don't have meltdowns.
You had one yesterday, actually. You had one yesterday. You got a bit emotional.
A meltdown.
You called me a mo. I think you called me a mo yesterday, so you sounded a bit emotional.
A meltdown would be me closing the show. And the only way I would close the show, let's say, is if like Mike got out of control. Hypothetically, like I can't get rid of him. Let's say I can't eject just Mike. Well, I'm going to end the show. I'm not just going to let Mike wow out and have a fucking episode. You know what I mean? But you will never see me do that. Like I would never just be like, I'm out because I'm tight the way that former hosts have done. I don't get tight. This is what I do.
You got people.
I'm from America, and in America, from grade school, bro, we tease each other and we do your mama jokes and we fucking spit balls in your hair and we pull your hair and we trip you and we steal your book bag and all that dumb shit.
But nigga ain't never did no fucking spitballs on Mike. Don't do that shit.
So if you ain't listen, you also younger than me, so maybe it wasn't spitballs, but either you was getting spitballs thrown or you was throwing them. Whatever it was during your grades, you know what I'm saying? In your age bracket. Don't give me that bullshit, nigga. It's bully. It's still bullying now. We got fighters around talking about bullying. You gonna tell me it don't exist?
Nez, you got people calling me the Nigerian Mo in the chat, man.
I mean, the only one without a face.
Hey man, yo, we got to get your camera going, man.
The only one without a face. No,
sorry guys, I'm making my debut next.
These callers, man. They done heard us talk for almost 2 hours.
Yo, Mike got something against the line, yo. He always like, why you don't
It's because
everybody off, nigga.
Because this Yard versus Buatsi over there.
We can't see the nigga. How he gonna shine?
Yo,
Mike, I've been shining. I thought you were my side. I've been shining.
No, Javier waiting to bring the pain on Khan. He got.
He coming for a con, bro.
He come for your head.
I'm ready for him. I'm ready. I'm waiting for his Spanish accent. I'm waiting for Javier's Spanish
If
accent.
you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button and help with the visibility of the show. We're trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So go ahead and smash it. And if you want to go one step further, head over to ThaBoxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on the Amazon link. Bookmark that link, save that link, and do all your shopping through that link. It costs you absolutely nothing, but we do get a little kickback, and it's tax season, so go do some damn shopping.
These shirts, all you fucking Joshua fans, they're listening to this show, always in the chat, and you're gonna be coming to watch him fight Big Baby. I want to see TBV shirts. When motherfucking Ryan is out there, he want to see some shirts.
And I hear some gunshots, man. I feel like they're coming for you, Khan. But if you guys like a Khan, man, let us know in the chat, man. I think
is he a keeper? Do we keep a Khan or do we get rid of a Khan? Let us know. Let us know. And don't be all biased just because he's a UK guy. We need a UK voice to stand up. Like, look, we needed that debate. Like, those guys are obviously talented fighters that need to have that, light shed upon them.
And we want this to be fair too. We want fair representation. Many times people call the Wilder voice, the Keith Thurman voice because of one person's perspective. But this show is for everyone, and you get callers to call in. So if you feel like Khan's stepping up and he's doing this thing, man, keep him here to keep Ness on his toes when he's wrong, right? Right, Khan?
Yeah, but he's got like a 24-hour camera notice, man. Fuck that shit. Let's get out to the callers though. But did we go to the
do it again? If not, just throw the lady, man.
Are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Going out to our mastermind, Javier in
Alabama.
I want Joshua. Joshua, come and see me, baby. No more hiding, no more ducking, no more dodging, no more excuses.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. Call me the chimney. I want smoke, nigga. Anyways, Akai, bro, I forgot. I challenged you to Border Wars some like a month ago, nigga. And I remember you was talking all that big shit. You talking I'm 6'4". I'll fly to Texas anytime.
I told you to come to Texas. What did you say?
No, nigga was popping. Nigga was popping.
I told you come to Houston. What did you say?
Nigga,
I think you were crying about it.
Oh, we got Border
You were crying about it.
Nigga, March. I gave you the date. Don't wait. Say the date.
Oh, you're a Wilder fan now. It makes sense. It makes sense. A glorified Wilder fan. It makes sense. It makes sense. You're in your feelings too, so it makes sense.
Hey, hold on. Spencer just asked you, have you ever boxed, nigga? You said no. Then this nigga professionally.
Have you boxed? Well, hold on. Did you box professionally? Javier, with your Spanish accent, did you box professionally? I'm just waiting. I
told you we want that smoke at, nigga.
I'm asking you, have you ever boxed professionally? You're not answering the question. Your time's nearly up. You're not answering the question.
Man, what's the question, nigga?
Have you ever boxed professionally?
It don't matter when I box.
Answer the question. You're swerving. You're moving as wild as those bombs that Wilder attempts to throw. Answer the question. Have you ever boxed professionally?
What do that? It don't matter what you want to do. We ain't got to be.
I'm just asking you the question, and you're not answering it.
I just told you no, nigga.
Cut it. He told you no, but you also said you've never boxed professionally.
Yeah, because that was the question. He said, "Have you boxed?" I said, "Not professionally, no." None of us. Has anyone here boxed professionally?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not I.
All right, just check it.
But with Spence, you did leave the impression that you never even got in the ring. You made it seem like you took a punch to the face outside of the ring.
Oh no, I thought he was talking about have I boxed professionally, and I said no, I haven't. He said, have you been in the gym? Have you been around gyms? I said yeah.
Yeah, well, he said, did you take a punch to the face? You said, no, not
No,
in
no,
an
no, I said, yeah. He said to the nose. He said to the nose. And I said, yeah.
I don't know, man. Whatever. I know that's what Javier's whole thing was based on, the fact that you said you didn't fight. But anyway, we're going to move on to Canada. The bozo.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain code, Norway, shorty want that foreplay, I'm like, no way, gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it, OJ, getting cheese like Green Bay, call me Aaron Rodgers.
Champ, it's the champ.
It's the WBC champ in the house. Akan, I'll say it again, my brother. You know what? Javier, he's just an American talker. Javier has boxed, though. He's boxed oranges. He's boxed fucking moving trucks. He's boxed water, man. That's all he's boxed. He's a bum. You got him any day of the week, man. Just so you know.
Appreciate it.
Call out and talk stuff, man. Just like our boy Nest Cafe, man. Nest Cafe. Yesterday, Nest, I sent that link on the chat. There's two sides to every story, Nest. You were ripping into Neil. You were being very disrespectful to him, man. So, of course, he had to come back.
Jose, explain how it was being disrespectful, please.
Nest, okay, let me put my boomerang in first, because as I speak, you're going to cut me off. So
I didn't even press the time.
Angle. Okay, listen. On the other camera angle, you could hear you calling him a bitch and a clown. And you kept on
You're
going,
lying. First of all, I don't remember. Hold on a minute. I called him a clown. Absolutely. And that was after.
Be professional.
No. I called him a clown after I asked him to be professional. He jumped in.
Exactly.
He jumped in an interview that AJ was giving me, that AJ looked at him and already told him, no, I'm good. Okay. And because he personally, and listen, people have sent me pictures like this guy's holding AJ's belt to try to say that he's a matchroom. He's AJ's boy. Check his Facebook. Like he was personally offended that I was probing about the VADA, and he was personally offended that I asked about AJ sticking around. He turned around and expressed his emotion by saying, "You have the worst questions." So when excuse me, when he said that, I told him, bro, be professional. And I'm like, AJ, what's up? He was like, nah, that's Neil. He's matchroom security. And that's when I said, oh, now I see why he's biased. So then he turned around and said more shit. Then I said, because I already told him be professional. So then I said, bro, you're a clown, because that's what he is. So yes, you hear me calling him a clown after all that. Okay, Eddie wanted AJ not to talk. AJ told Eddie, I'm gonna talk, and AJ left. Now here's another security guard. AJ tells him again, I'm gonna talk. My man's still sticking around, still putting his shoulder and his head in my camera. What are you talking about? You looking at another angle? Look at my video. Why is he blocking the video with AJ still talking to me? Why is he turning AJ and pushing him away with AJ saying no? Because he's personally invested.
Yo, now let me talk.
Talk all you want, because all you do is pitch narratives. But in Dallas, I'm gonna fuck you up.
This is how it was, Ness, and this is how it is. The two alphas. It happens in school and life. The two alphas.
Alpha my ass, my nigga. He ain't nobody.
Listen, no, neither are you. That's why I'm not calling you an alpha either. I'm saying it's Wilder and it's Joshua. Those are the two alphas. And beneath them are the betas and the Charlies. That's what you are. You're a fucking delta. You're even lower than that. So you two guys are talking to each other. And guess what, man? His boy showed up Wilder's boy, man. If I was Wilder, I'd be like, damn, my boy took the L. Because my junior lost to his junior. And that's
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. You're making no sense.
I'm trying to say
poor analogy, bro. Wilder, poor analogy. Some Canadian garbage you're talking
here. Wilder is your daddy, and Joshua was his daddy. And you two sons fought, and you got your ass whooped. So you've got to find Neil, man.
Look at your analogy. Look at the shit Canadian men talk about. Other people mythically being daddies. Please, brother, your time's running out. You got 20 seconds.
Okay, all I got is I'm gonna show you who the fucking daddy is in the WBC, and I'm gonna whoop your boy's ass. That's what it's gonna do. Akan, all my UK bros, jump on band. Americans are all talk. That's all they are, man. Fucking that's it. I'm out. Peace.
Bum. Marcus in DC.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Voice? Y'all lit this morning, man. Y'all giving it to them what they want. Yo, check this, man. Most of the stuff I enjoy the content. I just want to say, man, listen, I think the Wilder Fury, I think the Fury move to ESPN with all this is just going to show people that the Crawford-Spence fight can happen. At the end of the day, you know, we already know how we feel about the UK fighters, man. They're talented when they fight amongst each other, man, but they just haven't shown up and shown out when they come to fight U.S. fighters. Y'all and the other boy can fight in the UK, as y'all said. They can have it early because the UK won't turn their back on the loser. You know what I'm saying? So that's unlike an American fighter, like we know when one of the things is when Lubin was about to fight Jamel Charlo, a lot of us were saying with 18 fights he had 2 little fights, and you can see the fall off from him having lost that fight, probably prematurely fighting, is a different reason why we guard our O's a little bit different, and we guard the amount of fights a little different than the UK guys do. You know, so good content, man. I love it. I'm gonna go on there and check the link out. See what AJ Suckass talking about, but I'm out, man. DC in the building, man. Boxing Voice for life. You know what it is.
Marcus, thanks for calling in. My bad, R&V. Pound for pound status. I apologize, man.
Who is that dude from Canada talking? What was his name?
That's the champ. That's the WBC champ.
Who? Jose, you come from a beta country. Don't speak about alpha. Your country is beta. So that means you'll produce beta men. What are you talking about? And if you use logic and understanding like a human being and a man, Ness was a camera person and a interviewer. He's not supposed to be acting like he on the Boxing Voice and acting all crazy. He has to conduct the interview, ask questions. He's not gonna be on that rah-rah shit. Like, what, I don't understand.
They wanted me to hit him with the fucking tripod, it looks like.
But yeah, but then you would get kicked out and never be invited to a damn boxing presser again.
Exactly.
Like how stupid they. So we want no Boxing Voice at no big events. Like, shut up. Somebody strip his belt for stupidity, or put him on a pause. Or matter of fact, I think he should strip his belt just like they strip the Gypsy King belt over drugs, because it sounds like he on drugs and depression right now because he's embarrassing to himself. Well, Jose, he's a clown. Every day I hear him, it's disgusting. But Akan, my man, we found out who you are. We do have a sponsor on the show, and the sponsor is Akan. Akan is sponsored by AJ. Don't you notice that AJ started to move a little bit different ever since Akan got on the show? AJ started answering questions.
What if Akan
late
is AJ? What if Akan is AJ and that's why he don't
no,
show
but
his
look,
face?
my brother, that's why he don't want to be pictured. And look, he was talking that shit to just Javi. He was talking shit to me. And I'm gonna let you deal with Javi. This is a whole different tree. You don't want to buck up this one. But look, stick with Javi. Javi gonna kick your ass and shit gonna be real funny, and I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
I mean, you're doing a lot of talking right now. You guys love talking.
Watch.
There's a lot of talk that you guys do. It's a lot of talk.
Go back to talk. Oh wait, I'll let you speak. But it's better when you go to mute, because then we actually have sensible people talking like Mike, Rob, and Ness. But when you take yourself on mute, then that's when we realize how stupid and idiotic you are. But hey, we know that you're sponsored by AJ. You said the other day that AJ's your best friend's first cousin. How did it just randomly happen? And now you're on the Boxing Voice. But like I said,
how did that randomly happen?
Oh, you can speak. I'll let you speak.
Is that? I feel like after you watched Jerome Big Baby Miller and how poor he was at the jokes and the insults he threw, that's what you've come. You've wasted your call on that. And what I want you to do is I want you to go back. I want you to study. I want you to make down notes, write down notes, and when you call into tomorrow's show, try and come with something better, because that's weak. That's weak. You spend half your call talking about the Canadian.
Hey, I gave you the whole three. I gave you the whole three, bro. Look, that's
you've been on this call. You've not mentioned the topic whatsoever. You've been on this call talking about how Javier is going to beat me, right? The Canadian is soft, and you are what? I mean, you guys have got to come harder than that, man. You've got to come harder than that.
I'm not Javi. I'm not Javi. My passport gets.
I didn't say you were. Huh?
All right. Hey. He got his time. But I think Javi now wants his own boomerang status. Javi, what up?
Hey man, Jose, I'm tired of that nigga Jose. This motherfucker love talking about me. Jose, keep my name out your mouth, nigga. We gonna be in the same B&B. I don't want to put hands on you before you fight, man.
And he's small as hell too.
He saw that nigga soft as tissue.
He gonna be like, Javier, it's all for fun, Javier. You know the ratings. It's for TBV ratings. That's what he gonna say in the B&B.
I saw my man's against Enrique. Boy, Enrique was gonna knock your ass out, Jose. Stop it. Hey, you know my boy Enrique hit him with that hook. That nigga Jose took the mask off. Jose said, hold on. You hit me late. That shit hurt. Jose don't want to see Enrique no more.
Damn.
He felt that hook.
Hey, yo, Brandon, Patreon Brandon at that. Calling every day, Brandon said, yo, Jose probably fuck Javier up. Why they be sleeping on Javier? Javier bigger than me, y'all. Like, he bigger than me every way. Like, taller and more pounds. Like, he big. Y'all be sleeping on Javier.
Hey, man, think what you want. If you want me to fight Jose, if Jose think it's so easy, nigga, what's
Hell no, man. I can't sanction that fight. Get out of here.
Nah, I'm gonna fight that nigga in the front yard. Fuck you talking about? Ain't no boxing match, nigga. We in the front yard, nigga. This life, nigga. You finna get your ass dumped on your neck. I'm not with that sweet shit, Akai. I'm beating your ass when I see you, nigga. This shit ain't sweet, nigga.
Akai ain't showing his picture because he said he can't be part of the show. Because you gonna beat
that
him
nigga
up.
Khan is in there. That nigga in witness protection. That's Tekashi 6ix9ine over there with a UK voice. That nigga don't want no smoke.
Cut it.
Akai, man, you gotta get that shit together, man. The people want to know that you are real. We're going to Boomerang and now in Cincinnati, formerly from freaking Bermuda, man. It's got to be cold in Cincinnati. We got snow there, so I know you got some, Oliver. Oliver.
Yo, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yo, what's good? I was just calling to listen in to the to the rest of the show. I don't even know what the primary topic was. I caught you guys on YouTube just to make sure I give a thumbs up. And who did you have on? Spence Farron? I forget his name.
Yes, he called in today, yeah. But the primary topic is the fact that Big Baby Miller is receiving $6.5 million, which is more than what Dillian Whyte wanted. Plus, he's getting a percentage of the pay-per-view revenue after a certain amount.
Yeah, so what's the problem? He's getting paid.
No, yeah. I mean, the fact that it's so the problem is it's DAZN that kicked up the extra money because, like all the other fighters said, AJ didn't want to flex on negotiations. So Big Baby wanted to a certain amount. So DAZN stepped in, which I think was I've never heard that before, where like there's a set person, then the promoter, the network says, hey, here's another $3 million since you're not happy.
Oscar did it, but it wasn't a network.
Oscar, what do you mean? You keep saying Oscar did it. Explain. Try elaborate.
Do you not remember when they said it?
Time is up.
Well, your time is up now, unfortunately, but you can boomerang back.
Cut it.
All right, so he wants the boomerang. Go for it then.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, whether you are, an AJ fan or not, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a boxing fan and you can just be as fair as possible, it's really consistent whether AJ is dealing with American fighters or other UK fighters. Everyone is saying the exact same thing. Even with Big Baby Miller getting what he wanted, DAZN had to step in. And so at the end of the day, if you're a true A side, you can give people what they want and still get the lion's share of the purse. But it just seems really ridiculous that everyone has to go through that shit with AJ. So I mean, but I'm happy that we got fights going on. What's going on? Is Dillian Whyte in Brazil? Is that still on?
No word.
There's like a first bid.
It's not even confirmed. It's been ordered, so they want to. They're probably gonna wait to see that. It's been ordered, but it hasn't been mandated.
Yeah, so it's just consistent. If it doesn't matter if it's a UK fighter or a US fighter, they're really silly when it comes to these negotiations. But everyone smash the thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube, go on Patreon, everything of that nature. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. We're going to go out to who's next? Who's next? Looks like Star Steph. What up?
Yeah, actually, just to wait, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay. Yeah, just to piggyback off what my man just said, if Anthony's offering everyone these kind of deals, is it fair to say that he's trying to duck?
Man, I don't know, man. I just watched his interview with Charlie, man, and you know he made it clear. Like I got a different opinion of him after that. He's a good guy. Like he made it clear. He even said like that he feels he might have messed up in negotiations, and he feels like maybe he didn't offer Wilder enough. But he's definitely taking some of the blame, and he's giving some of the blame, and I at least like that. So I ain't gonna say that, you know, it's a duck. Look, man, he's just being hard in negotiations, man. That's just
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't you say that he's just letting it known that you lot ain't just gonna be banking off of me just because I'm the man?
Yeah, that's cool, but you've been letting the lot know that for 2 years now, man. It's not fair. Like, listen, he had no excuse. Listen, today they asked him on the biggest fucking radio in America, why you not fighting Wilder, Fury, or Luis Ortiz? And he said he don't know. All right, so it's like, bro, you don't got an answer. You saying you the lion and you got the lion share, but you can't. He's talking about, oh, they freezing me out. And when Charlemagne asked him, hold on a minute, because you're getting more time than you're supposed to. You could get cut right now and not respond, all right? Because when Charlemagne asked him, how they freezing you out? You got all the belts. You got 100,000. He's like, I don't know. That's what they saying in the media. It's like, bro, get out of here. If Charlemagne was half as knowledgeable as you and I, he would have said, but why are everybody that you trying to offer a fight to, you got a 50-50 rematch clause even if you lose? Isn't that the sticking point, Joshua? But Charlemagne wasn't, you know, knowledgeable enough for that. Or Joshua would have hung himself right there. Everybody knows. Listen, everybody knows.
He did say as well.
No, man. Your time's up anyway, bro. Your time's up. And until he gets rid of the dumbass rematch clause, nobody's going to fuck with him. I mean, that's 4 fighters with the same shit. Three. I'm sorry, 3. But Awali, talk to me.
What's going on, Wally?
Yo, TBV family, what's happening? Just another fucking another show, man. In this pantomime of boxing. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it hardcore. There was a part of me I thought when Big Baby pushed him, I thought AJ should have gone savage on him. But then again, I want to see the fight. I want to see AJ come to the US and look incredible and stuff. My only fear is that he's going to lose his head and maybe gas out by trying to knock this guy out in early rounds and stuff. But he should have over the years learned and obviously improved and whatnot. But trust me, man, I'm excited for AJ being in the US. And I think with him doing all these sort of touring and stuff like that in these with Sway and the Breakfast Club and stuff, I think he's just trying to send out a message to the other heavyweights that, all right, fair enough. You know, I was advised that let me collect all the belts and then I get to call the shots. But unfortunately, that's not how it goes. You know, big broadcasters have now turned all their money and their attention into boxing. So he's not just the king of the castle anymore. So I think he's just saying, look, I'm ready to put that bullshit to a side and let's fight. Let's make the fights happen. For the Joshua Buatsi and the Yard debate, I love both of them. But in the UK, Buatsi is the man who's got all the respect, whereas Yard is known as a little bit like Amir Khan, talking about I want to conquer the world, this and that.
Cut it. So I want to read this article. For obviously there's some unclear people in the chat on what is being said in this article. Remember, we base our shows off articles. So this one is from Boxing Scene, where it says the title is Gerald Miller's total package is $6.5 million for Joshua fight. So the first quote is all from Big Baby, and he says, and I quote, "What I've learned about AJ is he's greedy when it comes to money," Miller said, and he could put on this nice guy attitude and sell you a bullshit story, but he's a prick. And I'm going to explain to you the reason why. And this is one reason why he's a prick. So his initial offer to Dillian Whyte was about $3 million. Dillian Whyte said he wanted $6 million. He said, no, he don't deserve that. Blah, 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 blah. So he says, you know what? I'll go to $5 million, Dillian Whyte said. I'll take $5 million. Then he came back and he said, at $3.5 million, pushed a little more, and they got to $4 million. Dillian Whyte said, I'll accept the $4 million, but Whyte said, when I become champion or knock you out or beat you, the split goes 60-40 my way. AJ says no on the rematch. Even if I lose, it's still 60-40 for me. So how am I the champ and you're going to take initially more money than me? Now, I don't have to read the rest of that, but the point I was trying to prove is Whyte accepted for. Eventually never got the fight, but he accepted for. Can we agree that he accepted for based on the article?
Yes.
Okay.
He did.
All right. So based on this article, Big Baby is receiving 6.5. Could we agree that that's more than what Whyte was receiving?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, so I just don't understand why. I don't understand why these mindless sheep, are saying that, oh, he's not getting more than Whyte got. Like, I mean, the only other argument that you can say is that Whyte was going to be on UK pay-per-view. So there was a split on the pay-per-view, possibly for Whyte on the back end. But even still, if you read the further quotes, Big Baby is receiving a split of the revenue, not a split of, a split of a percentage of the revenue of the pay-per-view buys in the UK over a certain amount is how it was worded in the article. And that's all we're going off. We're going to get to Jack is the Truth. Sorry to keep you waiting there, buddy. What's going on?
All good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Can you hear me? I love you like a brother, man. You're a great addition to the show. But when you're talking about Anthony Yard, could you change your name to Rob? Because I can't have you talking like that about Anthony Yard.
But you know what? I actually rate him, Jack. It's just that I just don't think he beats Buatsi.
Bro, okay, I don't agree with you, but what is definitely wrong is you saying that Buatsi is more popular in the UK than Anthony Yard. There is no light heavyweight division without the whole of Matchroom calling for Anthony Yard's head.
100%. They're calling for his head, but they're calling for his head because they can put that on in the O2. You know that Frank Warren hasn't got that kind of access compared to Eddie Hearn. They can put that on Sky pay-per-view.
That isn't at the top. Nobody talks about people who's called out Joshua Buatsi. Nobody, because he isn't anybody yet. He's not relevant. He hasn't done
people don't know, but you have to remember as well. Like you have to remember, Buatsi said it himself. Like it's been hard to make fights. People don't necessarily want to fight him either. So as much as it's like people aren't calling him out, he's really looking to fight him.
Headline show yet? Come on, he hasn't had a headline show in the UK. Anthony Yard is much bigger.
Anthony Yard had a headline show in a sports center that held 2,000 capacity people. I mean, if you're going to call that a headline, it's a headline. I give that to you. I'm going to give it to you because it's a headline. 100%, I agree, Nez. It is a headline, but I just don't think you can compare the two. I think if Anthony Yard was with Eddie Hearn, he probably wouldn't have had a headline yet. I believe if Buatsi was with Frank Warren, he probably would be on in that same center that Anthony Yard fought in. So I don't think it's fair to say, oh, he hasn't had a headline yet. It's true, but I don't think you can compare that when it comes to the two fighters.
I hear what you're saying, but in terms of popularity, everything will point to Anthony Yard as being the #1 guy in the UK at light heavyweight. It's not even a debate. You just like Buatsi more. You think he's better, so you rate him more. But really, no one paid attention to Buatsi until these last.
At the end of the day, man, it's gonna be a damn good scrap when we get it. Damn good
It's going to be a
scrap.
great fight. All I know is that Buatsi wants him now. He said to him, I'm ready to fight you now. I mean, if he's that much,
Everything's timing, baby. Everything's timing.
boy, he's ready for him now. And the thing is, the reason why I think if Yard was on Matchroom, that fight would have happened. Same way how Eddie Hearn threw in Dillian Whyte with Anthony Joshua. He knew the loser is still going to go on and do very well. Dillian Whyte is about to become a mandatory if he beats Brazil. He's made millions. He's been a pay-per-view star in the UK. So the loser is still going to go on and do very well. I just think Yard knows that that fight is not going to be...
Homie, if you fight AJ and lose, you will drop in ranking. You know that, right? Like, you don't fight AJ, lose, and still remain #1 contender in the WBC.
No, I didn't say that. But he fought AJ, and look at how that loss didn't set him back a lot.
Bruh, his next fight was like Dave Allen or some shit. Talk about a drop off. Who? Dillian Whyte?
When did Dillian Whyte fight Dave Allen? Right after Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
It was like maybe the fight. No. He fought Ian Lewis and then fought Dave Allen, right?
He fought Dave Allen. I know that.
He dropped off like big time after that.
He's definitely fought Dave Allen.
Back to the topic.
It went the distance.
I got some audio just for the topic again.
Understand that the money that I wanted, AJ only gave a certain amount to it.
Hold on, let me rewind that and play it a little higher. Slow.
Understand that the money that I wanted, AJ only gave a certain amount to it. DAZN and Eddie Hearn cut a check. Those two, Eddie Hearn and DAZN cut separate checks to make up the amount that I wanted to fight AJ.
Oh shit! So that means Eddie Hearn could have made up the money that Dillian Whyte wanted too. I didn't even know Eddie. See, the article doesn't say Eddie. He says Eddie and DAZN cut separate checks outside of the AJ check. Talk about receiving a lot of checks, but I got to say this too, because there are a lot of haters out there. He's got to cut a lot of checks himself. He's got 3 promoters. It's Dimitri Salita, Greg Cohen Promotions, and Matchroom. So, I mean, Matchroom's cutting him a check though.
Don't DAZN got to give him like permission to cut that check too, Big Baby?
Why would they have to give permission? What the hell, Mike? Why? Explain that.
Because you like you said, they had like a chance to get like one Dillian Whyte fight because before the Parker fight, that was before a DAZN launch, so they wouldn't.
Well, if you're talking about Dillian Whyte, why would Eddie DAZN wouldn't have anything to do with it? It's going to be a Sky Sports fight, so that's why DAZN's not interested.
I thought it was going to be okay. All right.
No, come on, AJ versus Dillian Whyte. Where does it happen?
I thought it was going to be on DAZN too, like DAZN and Sky Sports.
It seemed
Eddie
like
would have, Eddie would have put it on, would have made sure it was on DAZN, but DAZN wouldn't have backed that at all.
But
that's what I'm saying. DAZN wouldn't have backed that. That's my point. Like,
I don't know if
it's Anthony Joshua though. Anything Anthony Joshua should stay on.
True,
if it's just Dillian Whyte and someone, maybe we can argue that.
If they had a choice, if they had a choice between Whyte and
that is the thing.
Baby.
No. I think Mike is on to something. I just think that we have to word
I just said it wrong.
Word it because I just heard Anthony Joshua Whyte on
the
zone.
It just shows what Dillian Whyte again proving to be truthful. That DAZN is putting pressure for an AJ American fight, and you can't do Dillian Whyte in America. That's why they're not backing.
There you go.
They're not willing to pay the check for Whyte, but they're willing to pay the check for Miller, and that's where the value is.
Because they need US subscribers. They need me and you and Mike to sign up to DAZN and watch this fight.
It is better to run a fight of that magnitude. Not at 5 o'clock where we all watch it because it's over in the UK, but at 10 o'clock at nighttime where we all at home and we all do our thing.
DAZN's mission statement is US subscribers.
And that's what I thought we were talking about in the beginning.
North America too. They're catering to Jose in Canada.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. Like the beginning of the show, that's what we talked about, where the value is, and it makes things more interesting because if Deontay Wilder's out there, are they willing to cut the check for that? If there's another big fight out there, are they willing to cut the check for that too?
That's why they gave Herm permission to cut that extra check for Big Baby, and not for Dillian Whyte.
Back to these callers. We're going to our
Am's on.
There you go. Is he on? He is on. Elms, what up?
Yo, what's going on?
Listen, I just want to go straight to the point. Yesterday, you and Javier were both adamant that Big Baby lost the distance. I'm telling you right now, any one of you, $200 US, Big Baby don't lose the distance.
Bruh, we got the same answer for the last weirdo that said that yesterday. If you ain't giving me FanDuel odds, ain't nothing to talk about.
All right, I see you're ducking that. Back to back to what Jack and Akan and Akin what they were saying. To be honest, in the UK, if Eddie Hearn could sell an event with Buatsi, he would have done it already. Anthony Yard is the cash cow. That's why they target him. That's why both matchroom fighters target him, that are light heavyweight, Jose Burton and Buatsi. To be honest, they should fight before they call up Anthony Yard and clear up their issue because they're both on the same promotion. If you can't really see that, I ain't gonna.
Don't do this. No.
Jose Burton, he called out Anthony Yard as well. He's a match.
The dude that spells his name with an H?
Yeah.
J. Oh yeah, H-A, you're right.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here.
I know it.
Yo, stop, man. He clout chasing.
I know
clout chasing.
Exactly. You're missing my point, bro. He is calling out Yard. Yard is on a separate network. Buatsi's calling out Yard. He's on a separate network. They're both on the same network. They should fight before they should call out Yard.
But nobody knows Hoser. That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows him.
Yes, but these guys know.
He just clout chasing. He just clout chasing using Buatsi and Yard name. Talking about they running from
he
him.
ain't used it. He ain't called out Buatsi.
I just seen an interview. I did see an interview. He just did an interview. I'm telling you, he got a win. And he talked about Craig Richards' fight, and he talked about Yard and Buatsi, man. He talking mad shit. He sound like he Teofimo without the fucking publicity.
I ain't even seen that yet.
Yeah, he talking mad shit, and it's just like, yo, who is this dude? But you know how you on YouTube, and if you don't fucking the video just automatically.
Guess who got knocked out by this? Guess who got knocked out by?
Oh, he got a loss already too?
A KO loss. First round. First round.
In the fight, you got knocked on the.
Oh, yeah. I checked after the interview. I checked.
No. He was winning, and he got knocked out last round.
Yo, listen, Elms. That was the worst part. My man lost to Buglioni. Then he clowned. No. But listen. But then he clowned Richards for losing to Buglioni.
Yeah.
When Richards took him on short
Richards
notice.
did on short notice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what? Right then and there, I said, yo, this Tekashi of the UK right here.
All right,
clout chasing.
Good show today.
Your man was clout chasing.
Hey, Elms, man, I need you tomorrow, big homie. We need to come together and win some more money.
Yeah, y'all got a Chris.
We got a streak going.
I got a fight for y'all. Y'all just been playing me, yo. I'm tired.
Ness. I gotta tell you, man. He fight tomorrow at 4 a.m. if we talk about the same guy.
The one I sent you?
The D. Started the last name D.
First name R?
Our French last name? Like
y'all might just text to each other.
Yeah, we'll text to each other.
What kind of conspiracy code are you guys? What?
They trying to make a bet.
They're trying to make a bet, but they just want to share it.
But you doing betting show?
Hey, yes.
Let me on the betting show, right?
He ain't want no money yet. Let me get a little taste of it.
He ain't make it there. That's why Jack said, yo, don't confuse me with this guy.
Yeah, Jack won some money last week.
Let me go to we got Crucial. What's going on?
What's going on, Crucial?
It's a long show today, boy.
Crucial, what's going on, big homie?
Crucial. We hear you. You just ain't talking.
We hear that crucial noise.
We hear all that wind in background.
Nigga, one question set the boxing voice on fire.
Hello. Broke your speakers there. Hello. Going once. Going twice.
There?
We hit a car driving. All right, Chris, we can't do this no more, baby. We're going to get back
about Yard.
a little bit. We're going to go to Vito in Malaysia. Vito in Malaysia. What up?
Vito, what's going on, homie? Long time no call.
Yeah. I've been busy. It's pretty late here. It's 12 a.m. So and I've been here for almost 2 hours now, waiting to have this call in.
But don't lie. You done enjoyed these 2 hours, though.
Mike,
You done
let him
enjoyed the
go.
show.
Mike, let him go.
Oh, he just since Mike cut you off, you should probably think about being a ringer or a boomeranger then, man. If it's 12 a.m. at 9 a.m. it's 12 a.m. What the
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
At least
Goodbye.
At least you ain't Jay Hardcore. He just ended up not getting on. He gonna have
But
to
at least he done got some fire for like 2 hours. He got Spencer Fearon and my guy Akon going back and forth, killing each other.
Back and forth. Nah, go ahead. Man.
Start my dude.
Okay. Ness, what did that guy pour on you, the security guard for Matchroom?
Is this what you want to talk about for real?
No, I'm just asking. Like, was it water or
I don't know. It was AJ's water bottle, so who knows what was in the bottle.
Oh, okay. I thought it was bug spray because you roaches, you deserve bug spray. You talk so much shit about AJ, and then when the bodyguard spray pour water on you, you act like it's holy water on vampire. Listen, Ness.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that?
Listen,
excuse me? Are you saying that if a person verbally assaults you, you should physically assault them?
Ness, that's not.
Is that what you're saying?
Assault.
Is that what you're saying?
Physical assault. Ness, you talk so much. You talk so loud.
So that's what you want AJ to do?
Sense. You don't make any sense.
You want AJ to physically assault everyone that's verbally assaulted him.
Everything you've spoken today makes absolutely no sense, except for the fact that Matchroom is pushing AJ for pushing Eddie and to bring AJ to the US. You know, that's why the big baby Miller fight is happening.
I said DAZN. Get your shit straight. 2 hours and you can't even get your facts straight. I said DAZN is pushing for AJ to come to the US.
Sorry, DAZN. I meant DAZN. Yeah, DAZN.
But you said Matchroom.
Eddie. Yeah. That's the only sense you've made today.
What?
You talk so loud, you don't even
Cut it. Damn, your minute 30's up, champ. You need to invest in that, champ. Bullet, talk to me.
Bite the bullet. What's going on, homie?
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Boxing Voice. Sorry about that. I'm at work. I was just listening, but shout out to the Boxing Voice. Thank you for always, you know what I mean, bringing out the shows, bringing out the news, and I appreciate y'all, man.
All right.
All love, big homie. All love.
That is everyone.
That's how we do it, big dog.
I got a call to get to too. So we out. We out. What up? I'm your host, Ness the Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NessGTO. Peace.
Gross1911 on IG and Gross2312 on Twitter.
And you can find me at RonGFIQ. Real quick, I'm also going to be dropping right after the show a Frank Smith interview. It's like 10 minutes long. CEO, head of Matchroom Boxing. Go peep it out. Plus, Ness also dropped one with the head of DAZN, right? Ness?
I did.
So go check those guys out. They give us all the little extra back end stuff that you want. So I'll post this one right now, and Ness has one up.
And I'll be dropping a Bermain Stavern interview from my guy Jack is the Truth. So check it out.
It was another good show, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, support the videos. Catch you guys on the next one.
Till next time, peace out.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Yo,